So, we're going to go ahead and swing back to everybody's view, and we're going to pick up the session where we left off. And I believe we left off with Mongo going, well, fuck, I guess I'm the identify bitch. Time to do my job. All right. Here we forking go. All right, Mongo. What you doing, man?
Big pile of identify.
Okay. You do anything, Cayenne?
Ritual.
Gonna spend some time looking over the doll before taking it to Mongo. See if I see anything interesting about it.
While it's kind of weird. You're looking at this little doll, and it's kind of got like a large bulbous head and a little like petite body. Think of it almost like Chibi in style. And it's got like these large button eyes, and its hair's made of like, old strings and cords and everything. It's wearing like a little jumper onesie that's long worn. The burlap it's made out of is very, very worn, but as you hold this, it just seems very like warm and friendly to you.
Is this post long rest, or we haven't done it yet?
Not done it yet.
Okay.
But you'll be heading into that.
Yeah, just want to know.
So if you guys want,
think about.
right now, go ahead and hit your long rest buttons.
Well, if we're not going to go to sleep for a little bit, Nikolai's going to try to remove the dynamite from the box for a little bit before going to sleep.
And
I'll
never
search
wake up
the-
again.
Scav's gonna search the upper floors since all the traps have been cleared out and actually investigate.
Ironic music.
Yeah,
All right, so you're gonna have him
cool.
identify the doll.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna spend an hour identifying all
Bunch
the
of
stuff.
things.
Spend as much time as I can investigating that.
Hey, Mongo. Do you think now that we both know that spell, that we could work together and make it better? Does it work like that?
Do an Arcana.
Is it something we both can roll on, or just him?
Just him,
Okay.
because he is the local wizard. The music
Modified
perfect
19.
for this. Speaking from your expertise, you would understand that while it doesn't actually improve the time to identify things, that's actually quite dangerous to do, as it could make you de-identify memories
Yeah, that's not
or your own items.
good.
But it can actually ensure that the quality of identification is better. You also understand that if you focus on something to try and learn its history, if someone assists you, it ensures basically a safety net.
Well, it will help, but it's not going to cut down the time at all.
Ah,
Basically, I'll just get a bit more information or whoever's casting gets a bit more information, and if there's anything to navigate, it makes it a little less dangerous.
so don't want or need help? You're just trying to clarify because there's other things I can do.
Well, I mean, if you want to. Well, then-
All right, I'm gonna go take. I'm gonna get that dynamite out of the box. Then.
Is anybody else worried when he says things like that?
You know, it is worrying. Here from upstairs. By the way, that was a 23 on the investigation.
Okay.
Just holler if you need something.
I'm just not surprised anymore.
Yes, well, you'll know if you failed on the dynamite if you hear us go, ah, fuck, we're blowing up.
It's safe. It's been disarmed already.
The fuses have been cut. It hasn't been fully disarmed.
So that means it can't be set off unless I deliberately intend
Did
to do
we
so.
ever teach him the meaning of the word safe?
He has his own meaning that he believes, and trying to get any sense into him is like arguing with a brick wall.
Not wrong, though.
I did hear of one way that somebody tried to get some sense into somebody, but I don't think we want to do that to him because it involves like stabbing into the kidney and then trying to heal it after they put a coin in there.
All right,
Where the
you.
hell?
Wow, that's a deep cut.
Who told you about that? What? Why would somebody do that?
All right, you.
Ooh, damn.
That's one way to try to get some sense into someone.
Shiitake mushrooms, that's a fucking deep cut going all the way back to the home games. Wow.
I'm not the one who fucking did it, dude.
So, Scav,
Yes.
you wander around upstairs a little bit. And while you don't find anything of particular interest, you do find something that looks like a dog bed, but when you go over to it, you step onto it, you realize it's one of those like super expensive, luxurious dog beds, and all it is dusty. Like, think of it as like a down, like feather, super plush, super rich, ritzy type of nice little dog bed.
Somebody brought their toy chihuahua here and regretted coming here.
I'm gonna roll this up. Heft it up over the shoulder.
It's massive on you. It's like made for like a large like greyhound almost.
Oh.
So there's room for 3 of him.
The music is so
Come on downstairs.
you see
Feisty.
as you're identifying things, you look up and you see this. He's carrying this bed that's bigger than he is.
Feisty.
Feisty just kind of looks up. Oh.
I have something for you.
She looks at it and she just kind of tilts her head. Real?
Yep. Bring it on over, and then flop into an open area.
She looks at it very confused, and she's gonna do an investigation.
It needs to be cleaned, but it's all yours.
If you want, you can try and spot this, Mongo. Or are you too focused on your identify?
I think I'm working more on the identify right now, as
Okay.
opposed to
Don't be
surrounding. Yeah.
God, I don't even know where to begin giving you these to identify. There's a lot of them.
Identify does take about an hour, and in this case, it might actually take that time.
Identify doesn't have to be one object. It's a like a circle. You put everything you want in the space, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It still takes an hour.
Yeah.
He can.
Well, when you cast it as a ritual.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To ensure the quality of the product. As he rolls a 1 on his arcana, and they all just turn to dust.
That's better than being blown up.
I know what some of those objects are, and I will cry.
So, I know the first one you're interested in. It's the one that Cayenne gave you. Or is it... Okay, we're going to go down the list of things that you got. So, which is the first one that you want to understand? There's the wand, ring...
Speak which?
Yeah. Armor, dagger, and the doll.
It seems someone has used a gift of gab on him.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm allowed to misspeak too. Misspoken.
Let's go with the voodoo doll.
Got it.
That's the only one anybody specifically asked about first.
I will bring that up. And I will give you the information, and I will not give you the card until you decide who it goes to. Because I am not going to put them all in one person's inventory and then have you tell me where they go. This is why I wish there was a shared loot button. Please, D&D Beyond, make a
Yeah,
shared loot container where
it would
people
be.
can just grab things.
Awesome.
Did you put that in the survey that they just had?
I think I did, actually. There you go. So, Cayenne, you're just kind of waiting around for this to be identified?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Still looking at the Archdruid book every now and then.
You're kind of poking it open and looking at it?
Yeah.
Alright, if you want, you can do a nature, survival, that sort of thing.
Take some time cleaning it up because Lord knows how long it's been in this place. You said nature and survival?
Either or. It's really up to you which one you want to roll.
Can't Druidcraft
Well, I
work
rolled
like that?
nature and
One
it was a
person does nature?
1, so.
A 1? So,
I don't think so, no.
oh boy, Cayenne's got like one of her first ones.
Oh god, and she's going into a magical book.
So you open this book up and you're trying to read it and you kind of like get it close to the light and you just see the very
danger.
edge of it just touch the candle and just instantly start to burn.
Oh shit.
Couldn't be putting that out.
And as you're sitting there trying to get Feisty onto this bed, you actually see her catch the book on fire for once.
Good thing I have, Actually, I don't have that right now. Uh-oh.
What are you on about? You don't have what?
I don't have any more water in the water flask. I used it already.
I would have been using my bare hands to just put it out.
Yeah, it's not too hard. It's just like a small flame, not like poof. As an archdruid would take care of their book, they'd probably coat the pages in something to protect it. Of course, that would wear away over time, but still protection.
Yeah.
Dip fingers in the water.
But the book itself, you are seeing even like a primordial language, ancient druid. There's nothing modern about this.
First edition.
Basically, you see a word that says Thaco in there.
Jeez.
What's up, Mungo? You got a serious thought on your face.
This thing? Well, okay, so apparently it's like a safety blanket. You hold it and you feel a bit brave. Who the fuck is Papa?
I don't know who Papa is.
A deity?
If you guys want, you can roll a religion on it. Are you listening to the conversation?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're right next to
Yes.
each other. I
Alright.
just saw a book catch fire for a second.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
in the
a
box
1.
trying to
That's a
get
1?
the dynamite out.
What'd you
so-
roll?
15.
15?
Modify 20.
Modify 20? So, you kind of get a little bit closer to examine the doll,
Failed that.
and you do the whole Bambi thing. You just the blood just makes the force slick, and just all legs out in every direction. And you see her do this, which is just like,
You okay?
I'm fine.
Is that book okay?
The book's fine.
Okay.
I've never had Cayenne roll so many ones.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, don't know that name, don't know who she, he, it, they, whatever the fuck it is.
So, for you two, especially you, Scav. The fuck? Who pressed that? It's that one.
Yeah, that's not a good music to play when you're about to tell us about a new deity.
It's the greatest music to do so.
You've heard from your mentor on various deities and their roles, especially when you learned a little bit about the cataclysms. You know that this deity known as Papa, his actual name is long forgotten. This is more of a moniker. And you know that he's seen as an elderly gentleman, and he oversees people that actually, what?
Does he also serve pizza?
Shut the fuck up. I will make you roll with disadvantage, and I know how much that hurts. You know that this deity, for the most part, does not actually show up
Damn it, Tom.
or appear to people. He is a deity that actually works the gateway between the afterlife and the living, primarily for children. He guides them from one side to the other, and especially those that are orphans or lost. During a cataclysm, he's most prevalent. After a cataclysm, same, but eventually he fades away, becomes less known. Before a cataclysm, he starts to appear a lot more.
Is this something I likely would have seen in one of my old storybooks that I was reading into?
More likely in a library or just in passing from other druids. He's a farrier of basically children's souls to the other side, and a guardian.
I'm sorry, what was that name again?
Papa or something like that?
Sounds so familiar. I think I know what that is. Or who, or was, really. One of the old libraries. Reading through some of the books.
Nikolai,
One of them
Yes.
had
you're
stories.
approaching the chest, right?
Well, at this point, I probably would be deep in it right now, trying to get those sticks of dynamite up.
Okay, carry on.
Inside that storybook, there was one that covered a couple different deities and such. And Pop Pop is one that it's a very old one. No one really knows its name anymore, really. But some sort of like an anchor or a guardian for souls of orphans.
Hmm.
I don't know too much, really. Perhaps asking probably a cleric, maybe even a paladin. They might know more.
Well, I don't see one around, so we'll probably have to wait on that.
Of course, of course.
You gonna pass it off to Cayenne? Okay.
Yep.
So you've acquired this strange little voodoo doll that is a sigil or a guiding beacon for this deity.
I'll put it in my safe pocket with the Archdruid book.
You're like, I'm not touching that book right now because it's cursed. I will send that card over to you. If it actually decides to show up. There we go.
Really?
He's trying to come up here.
Refresh your page, it's been added to your backpack. So,
Guess the armor's next.
the armor?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. If you want, make a tinkering check over there, Nikolai.
Yes, I do.
Do you need help, Nikolai?
I'm already in there while you guys are looking at the things.
You go over there and you probably crouch down to peek into the hole that he was in before, and you can just see like his little tail.
10.
You need help?
I don't know. Maybe in a little bit. It's kind of tight in here. I don't know how you can help.
Well, you said it's tight. You tried coating yourself in oil?
It'd be messy, but it might work.
So you find while it's a little tight in there, you do find one of the fuses, but you left your pliers outside, so you just.
Hi, can you send my tools in here?
Sure. I
Well,
don't
my-
know how, but
Well, I can turn around and I'll just go to the opening.
okay. I'll go and find his tool case.
Oh look, we're getting Sparta ASMR.
Can you imagine if he just, like, waterboarded himself again?
Oh, the cat is so questionable, man. That cat is so
So
questionable.
I turn around, go back to the opening, and wait for Scav to bring my tools. Why I forgot my tools? I don't know. I'm a retard.
No, don't put your ass on my drink. Damn it.
It's been blessed.
Well, I can't drink that now. I go and find his tools, and I take it over to where Nikolai's gonna come out of.
Yeah.
Set them there for him.
Thank you, dude.
Yep. Well, if you don't need help, I'm gonna go ahead and start making some more arrows, and I think I still have a little bit of machine oil left, if anybody needs their weapons recoated.
So, as you start to go back into work, and as you start to head off to work on things, all the various light sources in the room just kind of flicker a little bit from an unseen gust of wind.
I'm deep in the box right now, so.
Well, I figured you were more towards the opening because you just got your.
Oh, okay. So I'm at the opening and I see this. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So how is this place lit? Just by torchlight?
Various torches, candle, lights.
Okay.
That's not normal.
Huh.
I'm gonna go search around the room and see if there's any like openings or anything where like winds coming through.
Okay. Manga.
Identified the armor.
Mm-hmm.
Do I remember that Nikolai's the one that brought it? There's
Probably.
a Sparta right there. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
That was a 9.
A 9? It's like out of a classic old cartoon. You almost step on it, but you avoid it. You know the classic brake trick. If it were any lower, you would have had it right to the face, and you just see it, and you just notice that you almost stepped on it. Okay.
So they kind of flicker as if like, and kind of like
Mhm.
mess with the flames a little bit. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I'll go back to work.
You, Cayenne?
Just tilt my head and just stare at the area, basically.
Okay. If you want, you can do an investigation. What about you, Manga?
Probably on to the next item.
Just pocket that one for now. No pun intended. Next one on your list that you want.
Let's see.
That was a 10 to investigate.
10. It's higher than a 1.
Let's go with the dagger.
The dagger? Alright. We will go with the dagger. Come on. Select text, paste. Cool. Thank you. So you kind of look and observe the room, and you watch as your siblings are going about their shenanigans. And you're focusing next on the dagger to get the information you need from it. You come back and you swing back around the room. And one of the central tables where there's just essentially like a lantern light there. The chair's been moved out. When you see, like, you know, the light just kind of flicker a little bit in that area.
Kind of creepy.
I will take some kind of decently sized piece of food
Mhm.
out of my pouch and toss it in that general direction to see what happens.
Okay. So you go and toss this in that general direction. And it almost would probably startle you. You see this figure that's sitting there just appear, and they catch the food out of the air as you toss it. And they move their hand, and you see a plate appear on the table. They set it down, and they kind of turn it a little bit. And you see this elderly, like, gentleman sitting there, and you can't really see his face because of the hat he's wearing, and his sleeves are rolled up on his tunic. And he's very indescript. And he's like, "Thank you, child." And you turn around, Scab, and you just see this person sitting there all of a sudden.
Guys?
You hear the various tinkering sounds inside the chest.
Yeah, I'm working away.
Nikolai? Mongo?
What?
Look up.
I holler out. What?
Somebody here.
Who? What? What? Shit. Okay. I crawl. I try to crawl out.
You scurry out of there, covered in oil, and you part of the way you can slide out like a seal because you're so covered in grease.
Ew.
What did you throw at him food-wise?
Not anything rotting, just like a piece of jerky or an apple or something.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say it's an apple. It's easy enough. So you see them that they're sitting there, and they're very relaxed in how they're sitting. They're not sitting upright all the way. They're just kind of at ease, you know. And they have like a cane with them, and they just reach over and they just start cutting the apple up into enough pieces for everybody. And It's-
Call out and I see this figure.
yeah,
Look around at my
And-
siblings. They
and it's
look
like,
like they're ready to go in the fight again.
no, actually, it's quite the opposite. It's like you feel like this apprehension because of the situation you've been in, but then you just feel that apprehension just lower, and your emotions just start to calm in the presence of this person. It doesn't feel unnatural. It doesn't feel forced. You just feel relaxed by this person being there.
Who are you?
I'll just go over there. Yeah, exactly. And who are you?
So you just walk straight up to him and like, who
Yeah.
are you?
Who are you?
They reach over to the plate, they take a piece of apple, and they crouch down and offer it to Nikolai. And they're like, no worries, Nikolai.
How do you know my name?
It is okay. You can take the food.
How do you know my name? What's going on here?
You also ask the same thing. And they offer you a piece of food as well.
Cautious, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll eat it.
How
Sure.
did you get here?
The you don't even see, you can't see any of their face at all because of the brim of the hat.
Even me being right next to him?
Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
it's surreal and very strange. Like you
But
can,
there's no sense of like fear or anything?
no.
Weird. Okay.
And you outright asked who they were, right?
Yeah, I asked her, who are you? How do you know my name? How'd you get here?
He just kind of looks over at you and he just watches you as you have the piece of fruit and he's like, I know every child's name. Sooner or later, I'll have to understand where you need to go.
Okay.
What are you doing, Mongo?
I'm just like
Apparently
looking around,
not
chewing on
freaking
the
out
apple.
because I'm staying calm.
Hey, I'm just confused. I'm not like
Curious.
freaking out or anything. Yeah. My siblings don't seem to be, especially
If you
those
want, you can try and do an arcana.
that are
about
typically
you,
kind of
Ryan?
like headstrong. Don't
Ryan's
seem
more
to be upset.
confused than anything.
Yeah.
14.
14. Knowing what you know about arcana and possible magic, this person's not casting a spell of any kind, but there is an aura of calm emotion around them.
Can I do a relay?
Take a few steps back. See if I can get out of the aura. Oh, that big of an aura. Oh, fuck.
Sure.
So I've got a theory on who this guy is because of one of the things I just identified. Would Mongo also have that same,
You can go ahead
okie dokie.
and roll.
22.
22.
You can go ahead and roll.
2. You kind of trip
Plus
over.
whatever the fuck
Yeah,
modifier.
you kind of trip over your feet a little bit because you're trying to get outside of this aura, and it's like you can't.
Yeah.
You back all the way up against a cabinet, and it almost like knocks something over, and it kind of like that doesn't even startle you. You're like, I can't escape this aura. These things have ranges. This has no range.
They could possibly be terrifying.
What's
in
your
and of
theory
itself.
there?
It would be
think
terrifying,
this
but I'm within
may
range of
be,
calming emotion, so I'm
The
not
entity,
freaking
the
fuck out.
forgotten one, the one we just learned about. The
That's your theory is correct, and you're free to share that.
you're the forgotten one, aren't you?
Hey, who's the forgotten one?
You're the one everyone knows is Papa.
He just kind of smiles.
Did you want that doll back? Because we just found it.
That is hers to keep.
Okie dokie.
And he just kind of, he motions his hand, and you see like a cloth, like this very elegant cloth, just go over the entire table. And as it just passes over and fades into literally nothing, you see the table extend outward, and you see this table just covered with this feast. Essentially, Hero's Feast. All the various foods, all the various things you want. He's like, eat. You've earned it. You've earned a long rest.
I'll
Am I hungry?
go over and
You haven't eaten recently.
I'll go over and sit down, thankfully, and eat some of the food.
Nikolai's just torn between eating this food that this person that his whole family is not freaking out about is here, and getting back to getting that dynamite out. So the rest of you guys, going to the table?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
he'll
on the
follow
way
them.
over,
He'll follow
apparently
them.
I have no
Reach
Reach
reason
down,
not to trust
pick
him.
Nikolai up and help him up into a seat.
Feisty goes over
I
there and
don't-
she's standing at the she's looking up at the table and you can see drool just like long trails of it. And this Edidy looks over. You two?
Okay, Feisty.
And
Hey,
Feisty just
Call for
like
noodle.
flops her paws on there and you just hear her go face first into a meat pie and it just splatters all over the table.
Are one of the birds trying to pull at like his hat, or like trying to rub on him or peck him or anything?
You can do a perception on the birds. You'll have advantage on it because you know them.
Get an egg for noodle.
16.
16. You look over and one of the birds are hanging around him, and one of them's like playing with the long feather that's on his like hat. It's almost like a top hat, and it's got like little like almost like designs around it. It's very intricate, but it's very very old looking, and he's not even paying the bird's mind. As you present Noodle the egg, he looks at it. He goes in with your pocket and he pulls out one of the pebbles and he starts bopping it on the very tip of the egg, trying to crack it open.
Help him crack it open. It doesn't go everywhere.
So
It's
why
like-
are you here?
Huh?
So I'm looking at this guy as I eat something. Why are you here?
It's all your favorite foods. It's astonishingly strange that they know what your favorite foods are. Some of it really does remind you of home, too.
Sparta, that's just not the best place to lie down, bud.
It's Sparta, man.
I know.
He's,
So I'm
he's
trying
a-
to be careful.
He's a little strange in the neighborhood.
You decided to loaf at your feet.
Yep.
Yeah, but I have big feet and I don't want to kick him. Because it's not going to end well for either of us.
No,
So-
Sparta's an asshole.
As he sits at the head of the table, he's like, "Eat. I'm going to tell you a story of why you're actually here. And perhaps you can help me with a problem."
Must be a big problem if you need our help.
Well, I couldn't guide you once you are departed from this world to where you need to go. I cannot directly interfere with mortal things.
Okay, I'll go ahead and eat. If it's his favorite food, Scav's gonna tear into the fish for sure.
Oh, it's like so perfectly cooked. It's just like buttery and like just falls apart instantly. There's like no cleaning needed to be done at all.
Oh, that sounds so good. Now I want fish. I
The fruit that you're having is just like it. You're kind of possibly set aback about it because it's like the fruit that you're eating and the greens that you're eating was picked at just that exact perfect moment. Like everything about it is just like that's when it should have been picked at that exact moment and put on a plate for it to be given to you. What are you eating, Mongo?
Trying to remember some of the stuff that was described.
There's a lot of different foods.
Yeah.
What are you eating?
Fucking biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy? All right.
Yeah, I really honestly
That was
think
good.
Nikolai is into like little things he can stow away and keep in his pockets, like nuts and clutches of grain and stuff like that, and
Berries and cheese.
yeah, cheese, crackers, stuff that has a
One thing that might have actually caught your interest is there's like a tiny little table sitting on this table. It's Nikolai sized. And on it there's like Nikolai
He's about to
sized.
push the.
That's okay. It's
It
fine.
should be okay.
There's Nikolai sized plates, bowls, ramekins, all that things. You're actually rather surprised that there's these things like your size. And all this food is prepared to your actual size. There's like a cheese fondue, there's like breads to your size, all this stuff. Huh?
I was just saying I haven't had fondue in forever. It sounds like really
This
fucking
is
good.
so convenient. Everybody doesn't think about the small people. Thank you, whoever you are.
You're not that much smaller than us.
I'm less than half your size and half his size.
Well,
And,
to be fair, he's
like-
been expanding his horizons.
Oh,
You're a fourth of my size.
Easily.
oh, the size game. Freezing. So, as you guys eat and you drink and you listen, he begins to tell you a story. And it goes way back. It goes back to a time when you find yourselves in a place. It's weird. While you're eating, it kind of like you're suddenly standing in a room. Like you're teleported to a whole different time, a different location.
Huh.
And you stand there as silent passengers. The words he weaves eventually become images, and he's no longer saying things, you're just seeing events play out.
That's crazy.
And you're standing in a room, a very elegant, beautiful room. And you see a couple, a woman and a man, and they're standing over a cradle. As they stand over the cradle, they talk to each other. The woman holds her wine. They're very elegantly dressed. A very rich circle they come from. And the man looks to the woman and says, "What do we do?" And the woman's like, "I've heard from my friends that it is ill-mannered and bad luck to actually have a child during the cataclysm. As he is newborn, he will bring us nothing but bad luck and ill profits." And the man looks at her and smiles very grimly, and then smiles happily. "Then I will have our butler remove the problem. He'll be gone tomorrow. Besides, we have another son." And she's like, "Well, that works very well, but I don't want him to be known as our son. Put him far away."
Oof.
And they
It's kind of harsh.
hug each other and they leave the room. And the scene fades to black. And you find yourself standing in a black void. And soon, you find yourself at a slightly upbeat orphanage, kind of similar to the one you came from. And you see this child there, a small boy, though younger than, 3, 4 years old. And people aren't paying attention to him. He's not paying attention to people. He's a loner. But he's observant of these people around him. And he's adopted. Something that none of you ever experienced. But soon, within a week, he's back at the orphanage. Another few days, he's adopted again, and it happens once more. Several times this plays out as you're watching as he's returned. Eventually, the scene turns to black once again, and you find yourself at another orphanage. Much more descript, much more run down. Everyone as problematic as this child. He meets his first friend in life. Someone larger than him that protects him. But this friend sees an opportunity in this child. He begins to teach him the ways in the back alleys of an unknown place, unknown time. Teaches him how to hunt things and break them down. This pleases the young child. This child born of cruelty, unforgiving parents. He learns to torture animals. He learns to torture things and show that he is dominant. Eventually, he turns on his friend, and they don't find the body. For several weeks, they find it tortured and mutilated, just as they had found the animals. This child begins to observe the fellow orphans as if they are cattle and prey. Following them, eventually following children to where they're adopted and killing them. because it's not fair that he's not ever going to be adopted. He keeps up his practices for years. Eventually, still, yet nobody adopts him. We move ahead in time. He's about 14 years old at this point. Still not adopted. Living on the streets. No longer at the orphanage. Moving on to larger targets. He stands over a jar, having caught his most elegant prey yet. A fairy. He looks at the fairy in the jar as it begs for its life, and he takes a pair of iron shears and nips its wings off.
Oof.
Eventually its arms, then its legs, finally its head. He understands and studies on how to hunt things. And he smiles twisted to himself. If nobody's going to adopt me, I'm going to adopt them and make them my own. Moving ahead a few months, a dark shadow creeps along him, and he's approached. Approached by a very elegantly dressed gentleman that stands taller than him. They have long, elegant, butterfly-like wings. It's an archfey. The archfey approaches this child that's long been abandoned, turned into a cruel monster, and says, I will take you under my wing and adopt you. You will be mine. From there, the archfey begins to groom the child, turn them into an instrument of their doing in this world, away from the Feywild. However, this child was of noble blood. Very, very noble blood, very intelligent blood. He knew what the Archfey was going to do. Turn on him eventually, turn him into an instrument. So, he tricked the Archfey. Cornered the Archfey into a room that was coated in iron. Eventually pulled the Archfey's heart from its beating chest and killed the Archfey and took his power for himself. Consuming the Archfey's power twisted this child even further with unknown abilities to him, twisting with the magic of the Feywild and the cataclysms. Eventually, he could put his plan into motion. He started stalking city streets, using the shadows as his guidance, picking off children, forcefully offering them gifts as the Archfey had taught them, luring them into a false sense of security, offering them a home because they had none, only to make them into instruments, much like the Archfey is going to do to them, leading them off the path of possibly finding happiness. We move further ahead, and you see this person, their mental state. You see the familiar streets that you have been stalking along with the dolls and things. And you see that this person has tried to hang themselves. They've tried to cut themselves. They tried to end their own lives because the madness of the Fey magic has twisted them so much that they can't understand their heads from their bottoms. And you're realizing the person survived was actually just a memory. This was a state of this child at one point. That the room that you're currently in is just a fragment of this person's memory. In the state of which they're in now, you do not know. But you do know that their tactics and their ways of hunting have long evolved. And as you hear this story, you eventually find yourself at the table, possibly no longer eating from the story. And you find yourselves alone at the table. The mysterious figure now gone. But now you know essentially the story that has been revealed to you of the situation you're in.
We need to stop this guy.
That is most definitely blatantly obvious.
I'm just wondering on the how, because right now I'm kind of leaning towards beating him to death with a bag of his own teeth.
I had an idea, but can't exactly voice it because we don't know if he can hear in here. Or if he has any eyes anywhere in here. Not necessarily a trap of some sort.
Knowing the things that you know now, that the items that you found in the chest were from people that he stalked and killed. That the room full of skeletons were people that he stalked and killed.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Hmm.
That old broken axe in my backpack, what do you happen to be made of iron? Would it?
Do an investigation.
Most axes are made out of
19.
19? So you go over to your backpack to check, right? You see him instantly leave the table, and he goes over to his backpack, and he starts digging around his backpack. Taking out the map, taking out scrolls, taking out books, tinkering things. And eventually he gets to the very bottom of his backpack, and he finds this really old rusted axe. And you
From the very first day of the campaign.
and you look and you investigate it, and you check the metal, and it is iron.
Okay.
Question.
Lift it up.
Centaurs wouldn't have the same kind of not resistance but vulnerability to iron as Fays would, since they are considered Fey, right?
Different degree of it.
And would the caps have a vulnerability to iron?
The mushrooms would not.
Okay.
Unless you literally drop an iron brick on them, then they're probably screwed.
Yeah, really anything has a vulnerability to a giant iron brick dropped on them. If it's big enough.
This axe. I'm gonna try and smash the handle out of it.
Okay. Go ahead and
Let me
roll a
go look
strength.
for a
There's
frying
easier ways
pan.
to do this.
Frying pan.
Cast iron.
I will take that natural 20.
So as you guys are sitting there, and you guys are probably looking to each other, and you kind of observing Scav a little bit. He gets up on top of like one of the other tables, and he throws his axe down, and the handle just goes clanking out of it, very angrily.
Brother.
Hmm.
Wouldn't that be a bit more useful with the handle?
Yes, it would. Go over to the nearest wooden chair and break it and make a new handle.
He's using his ingenuity.
Fair enough.
Using my urban tinkering, but craft up an axe.
Here's a rusty iron axe. Alrighty. Guess that works.
Yeah.
That is a 21.
Is there a cast iron pan in here?
Go ahead and do an investigation.
15.
15. We go from all gloom and doom to just like breaking and raiding the place.
So, my question for you is, sure Nikolai understands the significance of iron and Fey. Because you told him that. Right? You told us that story.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I understand. Is it simple enough to understand what he's doing? Did you say you're looking for a cast iron pan, or are you just looking around?
I have an iron pot.
Well, you don't find a cast iron pan right out of the way. You kind of stumble over some of the stuff that he's thrown across the floor, and you do stumble over that iron pot.
Right.
But how big is it in relation to...
You can fit an entire Nikolai in it.
What? Why is that a reference?
So how... The 2.5 foot tall Munchkin Tabaxi, how...
It's big, dude.
It's probably about a foot tall.
So would I be able to swing this? Attach a rope to the handle and be able to...
So, wait a minute. Yeah. I understand what you're doing, I think. You're looking for, like, raw iron, right? yes, I understand that works on Fae, right? But this thing that is hunting us isn't Fae. He's from here. I don't think it's going to have any effect.
You guys can actually do on that one. Nature for you, because, yeah. You would have advantage because you are Fae.
I will take that natural
I
20
mean, he's
again.
using Fae magic, and
14.
14?
but I don't think he is Fae. Is he?
Well, it's gonna hurt no matter what. You clock somebody with a fucking pot.
And it's also
Yeah,
possible
sure.
that the Fey magic might be corrupting them, slowly changing them.
Oh, I'm pretty
Mhm,
sure
maybe.
this fuck is already corrupted.
So you understand being more or less Fae yourself and the nature of it, consuming a good portion of, like, especially the organs of the Fae, the heart, insides, brain.
Oh, Fey haggis.
Yeah, essentially.
Yummy.
Will actually, more or less, it's kind of worse than any form of lycanthropy or vampirism. It will corrupt you and very much turn you into a Fae and twist you.
Oh, okay.
She knows.
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah, so if you eat any part of the innards of a Fae, a good example, the heart,
Mm-hmm.
it will corrupt your very essence and turn you into a Fae.
Yeah, interesting.
So you get their strength and their weakness. That's good.
So
to know.
as you're just like
And their
working on this
madness.
axe, you kind of look under like one of the tables. It's kind of like a what's it called? Dresser, makeshift dresser. You go over there and you kind of like paw under it,
The Fae
and you
are not
pull it
one
out,
to mess with.
and you can see that there's like a huntsman's arrow pack. And you open the top, and you look at it, and you have 6 cast iron arrow tips on the arrows.
He had the Z head.
Alright.
Mhm.
Tell me what Sawtooth is.
I'm gonna coat the axe and these arrows with machine oil.
Okay.
I think I remember the tooth fairies.
They told me
So, Nikolai.
that they were violent toward each other.
Mungo, I don't mean to interrupt you, but are you going to finish divvying out the identified stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But you can carry on. I was just reminding you.
Hey, Mongo.
Yes, sir.
So,
Do
got
you
a
want me
question
to
for you.
treat these as regular arrows or as +1 arrows?
What do you think about
They'd be
using?
regular.
Which? Do I know he has that wand of breaking?
I used it right in front of us, everyone.
Yeah, but I was inside a monster at the time.
Oh, fair enough. I probably would have told you that I have a wand that looks like it's broken, but it's actually supposed to be like that, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
yeah,
go.
you'd know about it.
Okay. So, think maybe you could use that wand on that big pan that you're swinging around. Break it into little pieces so we can use it more effectively for other things.
It's gonna move around the room and try
Oh,
to
that's a good
find
idea.
any kind of hidden
Because I can
doors or
embed
anything,
iron
just so she has something to
pieces into your
Okay.
dagger. And my dagger.
As you start moving around the room,
possibly
Feisty comes up to you. Her
Cayenne,
face is just covered in barbecue. And she holds
halberd.
up. She's like,
And if
"Oh,
there's
holds
enough
up
shards,
a
I
rib
can
for
make
you."
more arrows.
do. I'll take it and nibble on it. And give her a little peck on the top of the head.
She looks absolutely adorable. Fur sticking in every direction from the barbecue.
A little blep out, eyes crossed.
You
that'll
can do an
work?
investigation.
Can
Yeah.
you use mending in reverse and just break it into a million pieces?
I unmended the cart.
You can certainly try. But you might want to take care of your priorities first. Because you got a bunch of stuff to get through.
Let me take care of this and think about that.
Hey, I'm gonna go back to dynamite.
Okay.
That was
I'm
10.
gonna help with
10?
What? You gonna get small like me? How you
No.
gonna do that?
Really
So-
want to large reduce and make him understand what it's like to be Nikolai's size.
So you are heading back over there and you're arguing with Scav. And you see Cayenne go over. She's like messing with the wall. And she eventually just pushes that wall in that where all the bodies are hidden. And you're surprised because the
shit.
wall pushes in and you kind of stumble forward a little bit, probably from it.
There, cat. Sorry. That's kind of gruesome in there.
Go inside.
So you push open this door, and it's like this loud grating sound as it moves, stone on stone, essentially. And as light illuminates the room, you just see like it's a medium-sized room, and there's just all of these skeletons and from dead things.
People.
Is there anything nature related in the room?
You can do an investigation.
I'm keeping that dagger.
You're keeping the dagger? Okay, I will give it over to you. You really like that, huh?
It's a fun one.
Ah.
Just gotta hope it doesn't get used on me.
You gonna share?
I got a 17.
What you found out?
It can make a mage
Oh, nice.
shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Which one's next on your list there, bud?
Okay, let's see. The dagger was identified. Those ones don't need
Can't believe I'm missing random.
to. Let's go with the potions.
The potions?
Mm-hmm.
One is a potion of fire breathing.
Ooh, that's fun.
And you also have a potion of what was the other one? Fuck.
A potion of fuck.
Yep.
You drink it and you instantly need to roll over and have a cigarette.
Goes along with your finger guns, huh?
Oh, it's a potion of finger guns.
Oh. Potion never gets used.
Which one's
It's a
that,
potion.
Mongo? No. Fine. If you want to do this, just be careful.
No kidding!
I'm gonna
There's
go.
like a dozen sticks of dynamite in here. Like I'm not gonna be careful.
I'm gonna go look around. I'm gonna try and find as many nails as I can. Hopefully, a few of them are made of iron.
The other potion is a potion of maximum power.
That sounds awesome.
For your roll, you kind of wander through the room a little bit, carefully stepping over the various skeletons. Every once in a while, you do kind of misstep because oops, and you probably step on one and you hear a loud crunch.
Yep.
We'll go searching for nails. Hopefully, there's a few iron.
There's
nails.
plenty around, buddy.
Then, in that case, I'm gonna collect as many as I can.
He's beginning to deconstruct things.
I'm gonna find a container.
So you find it's easy. You find plenty of jars sitting around. One of them has a lid screwed on and it's filled with a very old yellow liquid.
Ew.
Do not pour it on snow and eat it.
Drink it. I dare you.
No.
It could be lemonade.
And
Special lemonade. Phalade?
Recycled lemonade.
Recycled lemonade.
we have anything
Extra spicy. You find a flower. You kind of reach down and you pluck it.
Not to pluck it, I was just gonna try to see if I could see anything that happened.
Okay. This as you're kind of like this flower is just kind of there in the darkness, and you can see its petals are kind of like a ethereal green. They have no like actual solidity to them.
Reach out and touch it.
You reach out and you touch it. Make a reflex saving throw.
Oh boy.
The broken wand is next.
Huh?
The broken wand is next.
Nikolai, do you
What?
have
That'd be,
any fire powder,
Dex,
flash
right?
powder, or
Yeah.
something that goes boom?
That's
I
a
don't know.
16.
That's a 16.
I don't think
So
I would have
as you
actually
reach out to,
used
like-
any of that
Boop this thing.
Well,
You
that's
see
like
it
a
move and you instantly
iron
pull your
nail
finger
bomb.
back.
iron. What?
A nail bomb?
And it just kind of like shimmies a little bit in
Well,
place.
I am working on getting this dynamite out, so like maybe not
Like it's
bother
trying
me
to
right
get
now.
comfortable.
Okay.
Like that.
Name it Audrey.
Name it Audrey.
I
mean,
will
Dynamite goes boom,
reach
but
a
Kinda just
finger
let me
out
be.
to it, not to touch it.
I don't want to
but
blow
see
myself
what it
up, let alone
does.
you guys.
Okay.
That one's gonna hurt you, Mongo. So you're gonna reach out a finger to touch it?
Just to see what it does, but not to touch it.
Okay.
Just kind of like.
Fuck,
this.
really?
Yep.
God, what?
The hurt on Mongo right now.
The hurt on Tom.
Was it Mongo or Tom?
Yes.
That's bothered.
As you reach out to it, you see it just kind of like lean in your direction, and you see
Maybe
it.
we can get it fixed.
You see it open its little mouth, and you see all these
What?
razor sharp teeth.
True
Huh?
True witch.
Oh, sweet.
Broken.
Oh, it can be fixed.
I'm just gonna look at it and just softly say to the flower, "What kind of fey magic are you?"
Are you petting flowers again?
No.
This is
You
how
don't
she,
know
Trying
that.
to pet flowers.
this is how she gets drunk, everybody.
You don't know what kind of flowers Cayenne is gonna pet.
Oh wow.
Oh, I love that.
Okay then.
What's next on your list?
Book.
Book. Which one? The one you got?
Because I think she's got one of the books.
Hmm.
And then there was the.
Other one.
One that Nikolai found, and he gave it to you.
I did not get a card for that one, but that is the Book of Winter Storms.
I'm going to attempt to make a nail bomb with all these nails.
You can certainly.
Now, is that the
try.
blood spattered one? About the size of halfling would carry?
No, the blood splattered one is the spell book that you bound and put away.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm got identify on them, I might as well cast that one too.
On the blood splattered one, I would think you would know better than that because it's another wizard's book.
I'm just casting. I'm just trying to learn about it, like who the carrier was.
That's a dangerous game, there, bud.
I don't know.
Do it,
All right.
do it. YOLO, man.
As a modified 20.
You
I'll get it out and think about it.
you do make a nail bomb in a jar, and yeah, it's got a 20-foot radius.
Okay.
It's just turning into that character from Atlantis, who blows everything up.
Vinny.
So you reach out and you ask what kind of flower this is, and it just kind of takes a startle back, and it's like looks at you very peculiarly. It narrows its little itty-bitty squinty eyes.
The flower has eyes. Yes.
I'm not
So
here
no
to
fucking
hurt
rush, man.
you. I'm just curious.
And it just points to its mouth. Feed.
I will get out some jerky and give it to the flower.
It takes the jerky and throws it off the side. Feed.
Does it want to eat light?
I don't know what you eat, bud.
You can do it nature.
A light snack?
A light snack. What are you up to next?
I think that's everything that we got.
No, you still got a ring.
Okay, I guess the ring is next then.
You also have the wand of that was upstairs.
Oh, that's right. That was the. Oh yeah.
You already discerned it was a fireball or something, right? You just don't know too much details about it.
That was a
Mongo's never really come
Modified
across
20.
fireball.
All right. Let me grab this info for you. There you go. You look at this and you're like, kind of probably taken back by its approach, and you're realizing this thing probably, based off the area it's in, eats actual like blood.
Now we have to name Audrey.
Do I know if this flower thrives more so in dimly lit areas like the dark, or if it's adverse to light?
You understand that it can
inconvenient.
probably survive in any environment. It just happens to be growing here.
Do I notice if any of the bodies still have any blood in them? Like even a tiniest bit?
Oh no, they're like skeletal and with just clothes on. There's barely any meat left on any of them.
Oof.
Like survived, aka the big bad, probably ate all these people.
Cannibalistic serial killer hunting us. Great.
So you have successfully made a nail bomb,
Okay.
and you just kind of rattle it a little bit, and it's like, yeah,
I'm taking my time getting this dynamite out. So.
Yeah.
Considering the fact
Oh, it's
that
going to Nikolai.
I'm rolling low all the time.
if you go over to Nikolai,
Yep.
you give it to him, knock on his little chest that he's in.
I'm working with like really explosive stuff here.
I'm gonna look around. the
Shut up
room
and
to
wear
see if I
this.
see like a decently sized
Where
like,
what?
jar,
Put
even
the
if
ring
it's
on him.
dusty or dirty.
Okay, easy enough. There's plenty of jars around. You do find one that would
I
be
guess what if
suitable,
you move a
essentially.
belt for you?
Because I'm going
gonna
Well,
to
if it's
resize.
magical, it will resize.
basically tell the little flower to hold that thought and perform some bloodletting
Okay.
on survived.
There's not much of him, but there's enough. Okay.
This is just Nathan speaking, but is that a good idea to feed this plant evil blood?
Refresh your thing because you just got an item.
Oh. Yeah, so you throw this ring into the hole I'm in right now?
Yeah, it'll take you a little bit of time though.
You're playing with dynamite. Wear the fucking ring.
It will.
I pick up this thing. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
You can just.
Where does it crown?
Where does it
Be a
crown?
belt.
Fix it. It's like, just wait for a fucking minute.
Yeah, go ahead and refresh and read that.
Yeah, I've refreshed and looking at my inventory.
It's under equipment. Okay, and then you need the wand, yeah?
Yep. Love the name of that dagger, too.
Oh yeah, this is gone, so I can just delete this out of my inventory because it's dead. For the third time?
Oh, Ace.
No.
Oh,
Magi.
Fuck! Ow!
God
dude.
damn, man! So, you're gonna give it some blood and replant it?
Yeah.
Alright. Roll nature, it's easy enough for you.
Oh.
You got the tools and everything for that.
Basically gonna try to offer the blood in this as a peace offering to this flower. Just so I
Oh.
can learn more.
As you let some blood into it, it just and you see the feather, the actual, not feathers, the leaves of it. You can see them take like almost like from the stem part, starting to go up through it. You can see the red inside the ethereal glowiness of the.
That's cool. Kind of like how they do at the Bodies Museum to show how your veins work.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Huh. Okay. Do you explain what this thing does?
So,
If
That's
I'm handing
weird.
the item to somebody, I'm telling them what it does.
Okay. That's weird. So I put it on my ring finger and kind of just hold it there for a minute.
Eventually, you just see it. So it's weird because you're holding it there like that, and eventually, and just right down to perfect size.
Can I slide it?
Yeah.
And it stays the size?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's cool shit. Alright.
so
I guess I'll get back to work
what
on the
do I know
dynamite.
about Faye, them being my favorite enemy?
Did you just make it your favorite enemy?
No.
I thought it was monstrosities.
It was monstrosities until you
Well, you
had
changed
had
the
Oh,
class.
Jada Chains. Okay. You would know the cream and the crop upon how to kill him. I mean, you probably learned a lot from Cayenne.
I'm keeping the wand.
The one
You're
thing.
keeping that wand?
Too dangerous to let in the hands of the brothers. I got a feeling
Wow.
that Cayenne
Wow.
probably wouldn't use it. I'm damn right about that too.
Wow.
You ever use a wand of fireball?
Okay. So,
Okay, so the things you have left to pass out are the armor, and she's got the doll.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just the armor that needs to be passed out.
Yep.
Oh, which one was it?
So yeah, you've got this lovely little new plant living in the jar.
They will be let out as long as they don't leech me. Or cookie cutter shark meat.
Yeah, just like observing this little thing inside the jar, you can see that the actual petals are probably razor sharp.
Making it a
It's the whole
comfy,
ecosystem.
making it a comfy ecosystem inside a decently sized jar.
It's
So
pretty
Doesn't get mad.
funny.
Go ahead and do a nature.
Okay. Which one of you two wants the armor?
What does it do? Well, I'm
19.
ignoring you unless you like specifically.
Yeah, he's
talk.
inside the
I'm
thing
working
working.
with 12 sticks of dynamite. I'm being interrupted a bunch of times.
armor.
You hear a loud clang from the actual box you're in.
What the?
And as you're inside, you hear something land next to you, and then you hear bunch of other things just start tumbling in, and you see a spark go off almost near one of the
Ah!
sticks.
What's going on here?
What do you want about, brother?
What'd you get?
I
The
got a
armor,
19.
it's made of
19?
hide. And that's what it helps you do.
You realize that you can augment your spores with this
That would
and
be
make your
very useful.
spores razor sharp.
I figured it'd
Totally
be
wants
most
that.
handy for either you or
I might do that.
And that will give you a significant damage increase on those.
Hmm.
But like I said, in character, he's trying to study or concentrate on this, so
Truthfully,
he's tuning you guys out.
that would be a lot more beneficial for
How am
Nikolai.
How are my
He's more
mushrooms
sneaky.
acting to the plant?
To him? Okay. This armor might get passed around, not gonna lie.
Yeah, whoever kind of needs it at the moment is probably going to get it.
Well, the moment later.
It's like, it gets passed to Nikolai, and then I'm gonna have to move it to someone else. You can go ahead and refresh and look at that.
Okay.
It's kind of funny because, well, Rufio is asleep.
Yep.
Blip
That's right.
Blip is just pressed against the glass, kind of like Weasel was in Suicide Squad, trying to look at this flower.
Is he licking the glass?
No.
Okay, good.
And oh god, what's the other one called? I forgot.
Stella.
Stella.
Stella? Stella's just chilling.
And then Monty, the blade shroom.
Monty is more or less just chilling too. Hasn't really done anything yet.
Chilling
Ralph.
as a villain.
Ralph
Ralph.
is definitely asleep.
Ralph is in that stoner coma.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got deflated, so
So, if you want, you can do an investigation after you read that.
Inventory. Inventory. Where'd it go? One is all you need.
Mm-hmm. So, made a nail bomb. You know how to deal with Fae.
All right.
You can do a actual just straight knowledge check with advantage because you know a few things that he wouldn't know about Fae with you actually being Fae.
Next step is honestly just to wait for Mongo to finish.
Intelligence or wisdom?
Wisdom.
You said with advantage?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
that
crap.
was bad.
It's kind of like halfway cursed.
23.
23?
Yeah.
That's still really good. You're watching.
Damn.
You're probably just chilling out watching him work, but you understand one of the ways you can actually like disable a Fae, especially a Fae from the Feywild, from what you've read in the books that you have, is you can actually take iron tacks and nail down their shadow, which will help reduce their abilities.
Oh, that's dope.
You basically bind them to this realm instead of the realm that they're familiar with. With this Fae being more or less dreams and memories, you would be able to pin them down essentially to be able to deal with them.
Essentially, one thing that would work, you would need at least some kind of hammering tool, and you would need tacks or pikes or stakes.
A few nails, perhaps.
Would a couple hundred nails made of ironwork?
Well, I mean, iron is a Fae's weakness. You could essentially tack their shadow to
Shake
this realm.
The jar, the nail bomb.
And since what we're going against manipulates essentially reality, your dreams and your memories, if you tack down their shadow to this plane, they won't exactly be able to leave, but you'd have to at least be able to distract them so they don't realize it. Even then, they wouldn't be able to remove the nails from their shadow.
We would need a lot of light in order for it to create a shadow in a place like this. It's very dark.
Well, I don't think we're going to be fighting again in here anytime soon, at least not for a little bit of hope.
You already know that you have to travel to the center.
Yeah, we still have to get to the tower.
So, you can do that investigation check over there.
Cool.
Yes, that's a fun piece of armor you got.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And this is for me to get the dynamite out?
You find out what the fuck just happened with all the things falling around.
Oh,
you.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's see what this dice does.
I just remembered I've got a scroll.
Oh,
No.
It's a 2.
a two.
So an 8.
It's not too hard to figure out what happened, but it startles you at first because this giant thing rolls towards you and boops you in the nose, and it's you have to hold it like this, and you're realizing it's an iron ball bearing, and these things have fallen all around you in here.
Oh, shit.
Well, that could be handy.
That's interesting. Okay. Hey, Scab, you said you wanted to help.
Yes?
Well, I need to get these friggin' ball bearings out of here first.
Okay.
So you have a scroll
Mm-hmm.
that you don't have identified.
No, it's been identified.
Then let's do this.
Okay, what is it?
I'm gonna take the time to actually learn it and add it in my repertoire.
Which one?
Borrowed knowledge.
Oh,
Had that one for a little while.
Do I have the ability to move around while to like push this thing out behind me?
yeah.
Help
Enough
us.
space? Yeah. So yeah, I push all these giant ball bearings out.
Yeah, it's just like this thing just comes rolling out of the thing and just clunks on the ground and rolls across the floor.
Grab them, start putting them in a pile.
And it was part of the trap. They freaking made sparks in here. Freak me out.
Yeah, these ball bearings are like he has to hold them with both hands, so they're like fairly significant.
So like fit in the palm of my hand.
Yeah, a little bit smaller, like larger ball bearing for you.
Basically, kind of probably that size,
Yeah,
essentially.
or
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and you get. Let's see how many of those you actually get. 6 of those
6 large ball bearings.
iron.
6 iron ball bearings.
But yes, your mushrooms are. They understand that you brought this new flower into the
love of
ecosystem,
God,
and
can I just have a minute to work on this dynamite?
and they're just taking to it.
I'll at least try to make it to where the lid is partially kept open. So if it speaks or anything, I'd be able to hear it and it can get fresh air outside without being able to necessarily get out.
You're not sure what this thing's capable of yet.
It's probably important for you to know when Audrey says feed me. Or people might get hurt.
So,
Might make a dentist disappear.
oh, poor Bill Murray. So, you're gonna take time.
I'm taking my time. I want to take a minute to make sure there's no more of these damn ball bearings going to fall and blow everything and everyone up.
Go ahead and roll for it.
Good Lord, what is going on here? 13.
Just blame Scabbard. You push out 2 more of these ball bearings and you check the area. It's clear now.
Okay.
Alright. 6, so 8.
Can I trust you to handle the dynamite extremely carefully as I push it out of the hole?
Of course.
Those ball bearings I got from Scav.
They're steel.
Well, no, they're mine. I didn't steal them from him. In a sense, he gave them to me.
Imagine
You
accidentally
did-
dropping that dagger on your foot. You accidentally do a 20 on it.
Alright, get to work about removing the first.
Just silent screaming.
I'm helping him with this.
Literally silent
Yeah.
screaming.
Yeah.
Is it dark in there?
It's a little bit dark.
My goggles on.
Okay.
Can see better?
I mean, it's not like perfect vision. It's dim vision, but it's better than none.
It's better than. Okay. Alrighty. I think I got it. Get to work on removing the first group or whatever. However they need to be removed.
So you're gonna just start working.
Yeah. I'm taking my time,
Removing
so
that dynamite too. So.
whatever you want me to add as far as taking my time, I will be happy to
You
add.
can roll your tinkering checks at advantage, and if you're taking 20, add 20.
Alright, I will try to roll for advantage.
It's gonna be bad. So, Mongo, what are you up to? After working on that scroll, you're all sorts of like clanking and tinkering going on with the chest between the 2 brothers.
Alrighty. 31.
Oh.
And Cayenne, you're just kind of working with your mushrooms probably.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear a sickening crack and then a tear sound. And it obviously got your guys' attention. You see the birds had picked up like a turkey that was on the table and just pulled it right down the middle in 2 different directions. And all the stuffing just hits the table and just kind of with a loud plop.
Well, at least they're eating.
Yes. You 2 enjoy.
It's just a really gruesome scene. It's like, oh, they can pull things in half.
I think they enjoy the fun in it.
On, go. Can't wait till you use that wand.
That is for emergency use only.
What?
I'm not telling.
Okay.
Secrets. Wizard secrets.
Wizard things.
Like, really? Are like wizards to wear full robes, or do they have pants on under there, or are they just completely, like, kilting
That's wizard
Yes.
secrets.
it?
The closest they can get
The
to
correct
actually
answer,
commando,
yes.
right?
Do you really want to know?
Does it really come down to species? like which species prefer going commando, others that don't.
Rules of their particular order.
It's-
Rules of whatever
Thou must
deity
wear
they follow.
underpants under your robes, you savage.
Hey, transmutation wizards might have on who knows what, and they will change it to suit their needs
Yeah.
and their wants.
Maybe they
Divination
don't
wizards
wear,
might be a different story.
it's possible they don't wear robes. They might wear turtle shells.
Illusionists just wear like imaginary pants.
It looks like they're pants. But the pants are an illusion.
But they're free ball. Those are the true sights. See a naked dude.
In fact, they're always naked. That's their superpower.
It's the best way to weed out who has that vision. It's a test.
You know, that's actually really effective.
So, what are your rolls?
Well, how many did you want me to roll?
462,000.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Just roll
We'll
me.
crash D&D Beyond with that fucking number.
Today, D&D Beyond went down because one mouse tried to roll a lot of dice. Just roll me one.
Okay, 31.
31?
Well, no, sorry. Gotta add my,
Oh my god.
so 35.
35. Okay. So eventually just starts pushing out these like cigar-sized sticks of TNT.
Very carefully and take them out.
And they're old looking, like. You can probably tell that they're a bit unstable.
Okay.
They'll fit right in with this group.
The only one stable in this group is Cayenne.
No, she's inside.
And she
No,
has
no.
4 left feet.
No, I might be able to dismantle these and salvage the powder itself, because these things are probably very dangerous to use as is.
The TNT, it's dangerous to use no matter what.
These are very unstable.
Just leave them alone for now. You said you were going to be careful.
Yes. It's true.
Yeah, so I'm guessing you probably get a pillow and just start stacking these on there
Oh, yeah.
gently. Yeah. So, eventually, the day goes on, or more or less night. You can't tell in this room.
Did I get them all out?
Let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
Son of a bitch.
I don't like being in small places.
Oh, look. The box turns into a giant anaconda and you're being swallowed again.
Great.
I already told you the strategy to deal with that. You didn't want to fucking listen.
So, you two work. They eventually get through dismantling this confusing bomb and stuff. You all take your long rest and eventually find yourselves asleep. The bird's on watch. Feisty passed out back on her back on the thing full of food from the table.
I'm now really comfortable in a little bit.
And you know you still owe her.
Oh yeah. The new bed is not enough for Feisty.
And you already know you're going to have to talk to Mongo to carry that bed now. Mongo is becoming the bag of holding.
Could we phrase it
I
differently?
haven't had time to figure out bags of holding yet.
That just actually reminded me of something else I wanted to work with Nikolai on.
But the next day comes, you have your plans set in motion, and you hear from the jar, feed. And you all hear like this weird like sound from her backpack.
What was that?
Rufio?
That didn't sound like any of the ones that I know.
Find the blood jar.
She pulls out this jar and you can see congealed blood in it.
I look at Cayenne's teeth. Are any of them looking like a little pointy?
Good perception.
Vampires and
That would be terrifying.
Fuck that.
to say the least, yeah. So this is why I wanted to ask a question before taking a long rest. After he got all the dynamite, he was going to use the shrinky-dink on the chest because he wants to be able to inspect that, deconstruct it, reverse engineer it.
High or low? Let's see what we got. Let's see where your luck's at tonight, buddy.
Bring it. Bring it.
It's usually safe to go high, so
You do the shrinky dink, and it shrinks down to this big.
Cool. It worked. Properly this time. Put it in my pocket.
As you put it in your pocket, you can feel it vibrate a little bit from being unstable.
Are you joking?
No. You can just live with that.
Basically going to feed the hungry one with a spoon.
You see her get the spoon and she dips it into this jar of like congealed like Jello blood. Not quite Jello pudding yet, but and she takes it out and it just kind of some of the stuff just stretches off the side and just bloops back into there.
And I'm not hungry anymore.
And she tilts the jar ever so slightly. She puts her hand in there, and you see this weird looking surreal flower. And it opens its mouth, and you see all these razor sharp teeth. It just bites down on the spoon and just starts making slurping sounds as it drinks the blood.
That's not natural.
So seriously, what fucking point in time do we start rolling for sanity on this shit? When is our breaking point? That's what I want to know.
I don't know her.
Well, then instead of, so I would have taken it out of my pocket and just put it away from the dynamite while going to sleep.
Okay.
Well, the
In a
dynamite's
safe
my
space, so if
perception
it blows up,
To find out if she's a vampire was 11, which I think is kind of fucking appropriate.
She is not a vampire. She is
So-
still your sister. But that plant is something else.
So, what's your friend there? Because that's not natural.
Natural is depending on where.
At this point, your perspective
Who's
of
the new
natural is
recruit?
probably very odd.
I haven't named them yet, and they haven't told me that they have a name yet.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
But
so
they were
flowers talk.
they were growing amongst the corpses. They can grow basically anywhere, and survive basically anywhere, but they live on a diet solely of blood.
That's disturbing.
You sure
No,
it's a good
not
idea to
really.
keep
That's
that
pretty.
thing around?
Our sister found a flower that grew amongst dead bodies. That's pretty fucking on brand.
Usually, plants don't react to me unless they have some kind of purpose at some point.
That is, that's very true. Okay.
So you have a vampire flower?
I'm more or less curious on what they are and what they can do, and I figure instead of just leaving them here where they would essentially starve, to take them with us and at least put them somewhere where they'd be able to thrive, like out in nature where they're supposed to be, rather than in this dingy
Godforsaken hellhole.
space. Yeah.
Well, I think we got everything we can out of this area. You think ready to move on?
Is the box still small?
It rattles a little bit, kind of very unnervingly.
Not as bad as before?
Oh, it's still kind of like it dances a little bit, like a toaster with goo in it, listening to music.
Well, I'm gonna look for a way out of here.
I got a feeling that if I tell it to, if I deactivate it, it's just going to explode all over the place.
That was a 16.
It's
I
just a
have an
signal
idea
from-
what to do with that out of.
Are you having
character.
Feisty help you?
You know what?
Well,
Yeah.
you'll see me like looking down at this little spot, just concentrating and thinking. So yeah, he's after talking to Cayenne about her plant, he'd just go over there and look at it. It's like, and he's just like in deep thought about that little chest, that little tiny little thing. So yeah, take it until
So
we're ready to go. That's what he's
you're
doing.
looking around the same places where you came in, and you kind of start trying to find a place, and Feisty just kind of comes over and just nudges you a little bit. And starts pawing around too, trying to mimic you. What you're doing, trying to understand.
Okay.
And eventually she puts all of her weight on like a stone, and it sinks into the ground, and you instantly probably start to panic because you think she found a trap. And
Oops.
the wall just kind of pushes forward and just slides open.
Well, we have our way out. But before we do, Mongo, that pot. You think you can make those iron shards?
Well, I have
What are
two
you up
different
to?
ways of
Going
doing
straight
that.
for the door?
That's going to be that safe.
Hearing the words way and out, yeah.
You go,
Beelining.
yeah, you see Kaya just head over Kittle, just like going for the door.
Get out of her way.
And Feisty follows right after him. And the birds are just like right there too.
Is okay. Oh,
Okay, guess we're going.
wait, one more thing.
What?
Would you be so kind to ask if the hat can carry that the bed for Feisty? After you prestigitate it, please.
I'll go ahead and clean it. Take Humphrey off.
Roll a persuasion there, buddy.
Oh no, he's asking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I'll roll my persuasion. That
No, actually, I'll put him back on. Take a knee. That way they can look. Ida. Hat?
Hey, the brim.
Ida
15.
band.
15?
Humphrey, would you be okay with carrying something for Feisty, the creature you like having been worn by?
Would you know that? Actually.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, didn't we speak with Humphrey, or Humphrey was able to speak?
I spoke
Oh.
to Humphrey. Nobody else has.
Okay.
You know this.
So, Humphrey, would you be okay with carrying something for us for Feisty?
You don't get a response, but you can see like a small cloud above his head form, and droplets of rain start dropping on your head from above you.
I don't know if this is good or bad.
And a little bolt of lightning hits your one of your horns.
Okay, that's bad.
Probably not. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that's a no.
Okay, fine. That's fair. That's fair.
One for no, two for yes.
We'll go over.
Or 2 for no, just to make sure.
As you move, the cloud follows you.
Really?
Yeah.
Why though?
Little thunderstorm above your head.
Humphrey, this is very detrimental to our safety, which means it's also detrimental to your safety too.
Okay, I think he got the point that no, he's gonna have to find a way to carry it himself.
Very well. I'll roll this thing up. Carry it over the shoulder for now.
Gonna let him get a few steps away, so that way I can talk to Humphrey on his own.
Humphrey's like, you'd make good boots.
He's my brother. We're not turning him into a pair of boots.
At least not yet.
Did I actually understand what he said?
Maybe. You can contemplate if you put the words there or if Humphrey actually spoke to you.
Because like I've tried talking to Humphrey, and I'm finally kind of figuring out a couple of words of.
No. You can either take it as you're projecting or you're talking to Humphrey. I'll let you figure that one out. Moving on. As you go out into the open area, Feisty comes up right behind you and just kind of, does that like cat passing thing where they lean on you a little bit. And the birds kind of follow out. And eventually Scabbard comes walking out and he's oddly wet. Like he's been in a small downpour.
I'll make sure Noodles.
Mongo's hat doesn't seem to like me.
Did you speak to his hat?
He told me to, so I did.
What about you, Nikolai?
Again, like I said, he's contemplating what to do with this thing. So, up until the point where we're actually leaving, I haven't heard anybody say "let's go" yet. So he doesn't know if it's safe to put it in his pocket or not. Say, hey, Mongo, what do you think? It's that chest, but it's like vibrating. Been doing that all night.
On
A
Arcana.
little shrinky dink thing, kind of like it worked, but it's like vibrating.
Why did you make it vibrate? Never mind. I don't want to know.
I
don't wanna know.
take
I
it
don't
with
wanna know. I
me
don't wanna know.
So that I can
Whatever you
reverse
do behind
engineer
closed
it
doors is
and
all on
figure
your
out how it
own.
was all put together and advance my knowledge. I don't have time to do that right now, so I wanted to do it later. I got a feeling.
But if you do too much, you may go blind.
Shut up. I got a feeling that this shrinky dink device is unstable because it blew up the cart too.
Huh. That gives me the very bad idea that is so much fun.
What?
So, you looking for a further way out?
You just
Or just waiting for the rest of the Mungo and Nikolai?
toss the
Just
box above him,
waiting.
and then
You've
when
got-
it's right above him. just big enough-
Waiting for the rest of them.
Comedic, be
Okay, lay down.
and it'll
Blip
fucking
stands
piss
on
him
your
off.
head and just
And probably
stretches out
him,
the
too.
open
You want to
air.
carry it?
Illuminates super bright for a brief moment.
That's the problem.
Sophie,
I don't
lay
know
down.
if it's just going to blow up.
So if the thingy wears off in the
I don't think it wears off. I just don't know if it's
Yeah, what
stable.
are you doing?
Struggling to carry this bed capacity.
Yeah, he's got like this giant like thing rolled up on his shoulder that he's trying to carry around now.
Why are you carrying a rug?
This is actually a really fine, very expensive bed. Oh no, that's right, you cleaned it. So this is actually like a really nice, very fine bed for Feisty. It's just Humphrey didn't want to carry it, so I have to carry it. Unless, would you mind?
Oh,
Honestly, my response is just get her another bed some other time.
Because I can't really carry this, and I owe it to Feisty.
Feisty look. You can see Feisty's like actual appearance, and it's like he's being ridiculous.
Kind of eyes rolling.
Yeah,
Oh, you were so into this like earlier.
you can't see her face. She's keeping it from you. Only Cayenne can.
I'll giggle at Feisty, and then I'll ask Blue if they would mind carrying it because I don't have enough room on my harness for it.
Boo comes over and is just like, "You're the mom. Tell me to carry this. I'm going to carry it."
How is she gonna care?
I'll strap it to her harness.
Yeah, I guess
Try
so.
and like find a way so that way it's like somewhat protected so their feathers don't fuck this thing up.
You probably wrap it in leather,
Oh,
leftover leather you have, and put it like long ways on the back, kind of like a bedroll. What do you do with the leather armor that's way bigger than you? Did you put it
Well, if it
on?
was given to me and I was told about it, I'd put it on.
Okay.
he sleeps in the armor, wakes up wearing it.
Yeah. So do you guys head out, or
Well, we're contemplating this seemingly ticking time bomb of a chest that weighs a lot.
Okay, but it's small, so it doesn't weigh that much right now. Right?
Ant-Man
Yeah, you can pick it up. It's weird.
Oh, so just put it in your pocket, and if it expands, then it goes outward. Granted, it'll ruin your pocket, but
But then I'd have this big chest in front of me. Not a bad idea. Okay, I put it right like center front me, as close to center front as I can.
instant shield.
Instant.
Oh my god, he's put on a landmine facing outwards.
Reverse Claymore.
Yeah, Claymore.
All right, that works. Even if I have to kind of like tie it onto my chest with something. Yeah, sure.
So he comes walking out, and he's got this chest just stuck to the front of him.
so he's got his chest on his chest.
Yes, he's got a rather large chest.
I
Now.
got a little square right here, my chest.
Oh my god, you have a PS1 chest.
All right then.
So,
Easy breakaway, so it doesn't like cut me in half or something. That would suck.
Where's Nikolai? Over there. And
Over
over there.
there.
And
So
somehow
then,
up
would that
there.
make that chest a chest burster?
I think the concept's just alien to him. So, as the family gathers out in this room that looks like an old dining room, do any of you look back in the room, or do you just like, fuck that place?
We're in a
Look back
dining
out
room
of
now?
curiosity.
Alright.
In a dining room?
It's kind of like a. So think of like a restaurant, and it's kind of like an open area like
What
that.
did we do with all the dynamite?
It's wrapped up in a pillow.
I'd be taking a look
Like-
too.
Carrying
Okay.
the pillow.
I am. It's on my
That'd be a
backpack.
23.
You're
Damn.
carrying this dynamite in the pillow with an incredibly unstable bomb. As well. Okay, I am not going anywhere near this. Like, dude.
So the most unstable thing in the entire party is Scabbard.
Are you talking about
Lord.
his mental state or the equipment he's carrying?
So you kind of as you. So what'd you get for your roll?
That was a whopping 10.
You're more distracted by the fact that Feisty is just like on the other side of the room from you, looking at you very precariously on how dangerous you could be. But you look back to the room that you came from, and you can see that some of the beams have broken. You can see all the layers of dust and cobwebs. Like no one's been in that room for ages.
Even though we were just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would have probably looked back for a second, looking for. Wait, the dynamite. I spent all that time.
Yeah, and you're
Oh,
realizing that Scabbard probably has it strapped to his backpack right next to that giant bomb.
Oh my god, dude, you're crazy.
You know, guys, just thinking.
Hmm.
Seeing as how all the boards in this room are broken down, it's so dusty and there's webbing. And no one's been here for a very long time. We very well could have been that lunatic's food. Just like all the rest of those people in the room with this flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think from now on, maybe we don't speak to any kind of secretive people that are trying to get our attention and going into dark rooms, like probably ever again.
But we did get a good night's sleep.
This is true.
Being more careful is always a good thing.
Not everything is out to get you, but most things
Around here,
are.
boy, probably, yeah.
Around here, absolutely. So
Just
don't
gonna
trust
start
anything
tracing the wrapped vine scars on my arm. Just tracing the patterns.
Oh, it's very easy to trace.
here. Here, definitely don't trust anything. When we get out of here, some things definitely might be able to trust, but others, I would still be careful.
I'm
Rules
just
of
going to
adventure.
trust who is within my circle within 5 feet.
Feisty moves a little bit closer
Any-
because she's like 12 feet away.
Feisty, you knew what I meant. Birds know what I meant.
Noodle knows too.
Exactly.
Hear a little bit of
Anyone that's
snoring
part
from
of
your
this
pocket.
family circle
Mhm.
is trusted. Anyone outside of that, aside from our chosen professions, my glaive is their best friend.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You guys can do an investigation of the area in this room.
Yeah. Take a look at what's going on, figure out what our next step is. Yeah.
Jeez, man. Learn to roll your dice.
Or don't.
One?
Just blow us up.
19.
19. That was a nice big one from you.
Hey, a decent roll.
Cat's ass.
5 later. 24.
24.
19.
19.
That was a one.
A 1.
Oh, great. Both this whole table. Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah. So, Mongo, you start looking around at this place curiously to see if there's anything like ramekins or anything you can use for like card tricks. And you take a step forward and you just feel something sink right in between your paw pads. And you look down at this rusty nail right through your foot.
Ooh, that's gotta suck.
And you start to pull your foot up and you can feel like all the little pocks of it just starting to grind against part of your foot.
Oh.
And Cayenne, you probably see him do this, and you take a step, and you feel the same familiar feeling as a nail goes up right into your hoof, just all the way up. along the ankle.
Oh. Ow.
And you realize that when Feisty had moved away, they had hit a tripwire, and you see all these rusty nails in a straight path along the floor.
Oh, this area is still trapped.
Really?
Did I get a front hoof or a hind hoof?
Front one.
Is it attached to a board?
Yeah.
Ears pinned as far back as they'll go, and using a hind hoof to try to yank my leg straight up.
Oh.
It's very easy to do. It's just and you can see a little bit of blood in the air, a couple of droplets from her foot as it goes up.
And the plant smelling fresh blood says, "Feed me."
Here, clink on the glass.
And you see blood, and the flower
Ow.
gets hungry.
Mongo, you're still pinned.
Yeah.
Go over and help Mongo get free.
Trying not to cry.
I will go forward and try to make sure that there's no more traps to be triggered as we make our way up.
And Feisty's gonna help you.
Hey Mongo, odd question. You got a thimble on you?
Oh, I did extra hurt because you're Faye.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's 11 on my performance to act like I am not crying.
He seems to be putting on a pretty good performance, but you can see his little lips quivering a little bit.
Hey
It's
Mongo,
okay.
Mongo
You're
or
okay.
Scab, do either of you have a thimble or a small glass?
Oh, I have some.
You know what? I actually do have a lot.
I will clean it after this, I promise.
What are you doing with it?
I feed Flower to try to give a peace offering so he doesn't try to bite me at any point, or you guys.
Give you the glass.
Yeah, I'll give you.
Yeah.
Well, I gave
You have
one of
two now.
them.
I will just
You wouldn't
keep
hit us
my
in there with
hoof
glasses,
up
would you?
and let it drip.
As you probably sit on your ass and you just hold the glass under your hoof, it's just
Yeah.
it's like a very slow drip faucet.
Yep.
I'm gonna clean these wounds and make sure they don't get like sick or infected.
Tetanus in the medieval times.
That's it.
Would that have caused any damage?
It only caused 1 point of damage to either of you, both of you actually, but not enough to be like, oh my god, I've been scarred by a fucking nail.
Two of that is 12. 12
And
for
you
medicine.
letting it bleed out is probably the right thing to do because you don't get the rest in you.
So he kind of gets like a chopstick, almost like something that's ready to be turned into an arrow. And as he lifts your foot, he pushes it in after it coats it with alcohol, and basically just cleans the entire wound with the very smooth stick with the alcohol as he pulls it up.
Gotta let it bleed.
And he just pushes it in a little bit further, and you can feel it stick out the bottom, and the blood's just dripping out with the alcohol.
I don't suppose Stella happens to have any more good berries for you two, does she?
I've got a few good berries in my bag.
So,
Do you mind? I
Looking
can
for
patch
more
you two up.
yeah.
I will just wait until this
Oh,
stops
yeah.
on its own.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
But give you 3 of the good berries.
okay.
Bandage up Mongo's paw after getting that good berry in there.
Yeah, you just
Make
kind
like a paste with it.
yeah, you kind of like, you get the other chopstick thing, and you pull this one clear through in one fell swoop, and you push the other one in with the stuff you made on the front of it into the actual wound, and you feel it push it out a little bit more.
I know.
And then he wraps it with pressure.
I know. You're okay.
Oh, you're doing that
This
to
is gonna
him?
help.
Whatever the fuck I'm grabbing a hold of to help keep my balance. while
Probably
he's fucking
grab
with
like
the
one
foot.
of the horns that's just floating there.
Grabbing for balance. I don't think your horns would do the trick.
No.
I
bud.
wouldn't.
Your
Roll an-
shoulder
roll
or
a
just the top of your
attack,
head.
a melee attack.
Unarmed?
Yeah, unpawed.
Unclaws.
I'm gonna say it's like, for the love of God, please don't make me roll a 20 on this.
That would have been funny.
Unarmed strike 10.
10. He's digging into your armor, but it's not going through, and he's leaving nice claw marks in it.
I know. It's fine. It sucks, but this is gonna help you. Trust me.
Right now, the flower is looking a lot like Weasel.
After I've got the glasses decently filled so I don't spill them, going to speak to the flower before giving them to it.
All right.
Don't develop a taste for me.
Please.
Investigations, bandages, trap setting, or trap exploring,
Trap disabling is the goal.
trap activation.
No, disabling.
All right, go ahead and roll that.
The trap activation roll?
Yeah.
With my luck, yeah, it probably will be a trap activation roll. Hey, it's actually a decent roll. So, investigation looking for more traps, right?
Yep.
24.
Maybe your dice need you to be pessimistic.
So you came,
Hope for the low number or expect a low number and just get decent numbers.
so he gets down on the ground like a little mouse and starts scurrying around. You do find like 3 traps.
Yeah. Found 3. Don't go here, here, and here. I'll figure out how to disable them.
You might need Scav's help.
Hey, Scav.
Yes.
First, take all the explosives off of you. Set them over there.
Of course. And I do exactly that.
I'm like, out of the way. Alrighty. Now, you want to help me with these?
Of course.
Alright.
Here's how you do this. Go through them step
Think
by
you got
step.
it? You think you got it? Do it. Go ahead and do it.
Go ahead, roll that sleight of hand. Come on,
Go ahead.
let's go.
Watch he rolls fucking that 20.
Not in that 20, but it wasn't too bad of a failure.
Too bad of a failure.
11.
Jahan, that's a failure. So you find the first trap.
Rolling high for some of us.
So you find the first trap. There's various tripwires that led off a Rube Goldberg thing, and you're seeing that there is actually built into the wall. You can't dismantle it. And it's long rusted, so it would be really bad. But it's a dwarven blunderbuss, so it's just basically aimed at a specific direction if you were to trigger it.
Can I determine which direction it is?
Oh, it's pretty easy. It's aimed basically to take out the entire room.
It's like,
Alright. Let's,
you got it? Think you got it? Or do you want help?
first take a look at the other traps that he found.
That was one of them.
To the next one. Careful not to trigger it, of course, since he pointed it out. Investigate this one and see what it is.
Okay, roll that investigation. Cayenne's probably getting annoyed. Oh, you can speak to your little plant there, buddy.
This one's an 8.
Oh,
Oh, wait, no. Investigation?
Yeah,
That'd be a 10.
10. You're like, tripwire, does something. Danger.
Okay. Go to the third.
What'd you get? Roll nature on it.
Roll nature. I got an 11.
11. It's, you think you've communicated and it might understand. Its little like stalk where its belly would be is just kind of like round at this point.
This one would be a 14.
14 to disable.
No, to see the other one.
The other one?
Yeah, the third one.
The other one is a lot more terrifying.
Okay.
So basically, it's by the entrance where you would exit out, and if you were to trip the wire, there's a delay where basically 2 large beams would just come down together.
Okay.
If you want, you can check your books, see if there's any mention of this.
I will do that.
That would be a nature. What are you doing, Mungo?
First
Are you
trap,
waving your
definitely gonna
wands
need your help
around?
with.
Nature
I'm fucking
The
up.
second one, I
Nature
have
or
no idea
innocence
what
are
it does,
taking
but
my
the
book.
third one we can.
Oh, it would be
disable
nature
very
because you're a
easily.
druid.
Just stay below where the beam
I'll
sit,
take that at
in the
22.
very least.
22.
That or just
You start looking
stay
through
for trigger
the
from
one
a
that
distance.
you were
Yeah.
gifted. You're not finding anything on it, so you just kind of open up this like arch druids and you start looking through it, and you start just kind of going through it, and you realize there's a passage on like primordial plants, and this is a primordial plant. And that it could actually grow large size at
Let's
some
see.
point, and it will chase down prey and devour them whole.
The plant will chase you down.
Yes.
That's an interesting concept of being hunted by the plants.
Yeah, usually they just kind of stay there and wait.
Yeah.
And
They feed us.
there's a
wait
few
for us to turn the
illustrations
ball.
in there of this plant that's been like dissected, and you're realizing this plant's a lot more terrifying than you thought. It
we
can
could just
eventually
disable
learn
it.
ability to basically memorize, hypnotize its enemies, and eventually the vines will grow outward and end in razor sharp hooks to basically latch onto its prey.
That's a terrifying plant.
But if you make friends with one, they are loyal companions.
So,
But they're only loyal companions to a single person.
so,
Look back and forth from my book, and I'm gonna look at the
Cayenne
flower.
dies, her entire ecosystem's gonna fucking eat us
I'm
all.
gonna be on your good side. I'm gonna treat you very right, and you're gonna be fed. Just don't eat me.
so I guess me and Scav are gonna, or Nikolai and Scav are gonna work on saving these traps as we go to make it safe for the family too.
All right.
We understand enough about the traps where we can tell the other two, the other 5. Jesus Christ, we got a lot of people in our party.
Yeah, it's a large party.
Of where to be so as to not be in danger if we fail on triggering stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Being of a small size, could I attempt to disarm the first trap with the blunderbuss without necessarily being
It's already
blasted
been
away?
disabled.
It's already been disabled.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
disabled it.
Oh, okay.
In that case,
There's a second
Might
trap where
well
he's
try
like,
to
it's a
retrieve that.
trap, and then there's a third trap which
Okay.
identified as the basically the tenderizer.
Okay. So look over at Scav. Okay. Ask him what he thinks of the second trap, so I can get an idea, better idea. Maybe
I
Game
have
books.
no
Try to
idea.
He's
figure
like,
out what's
it's a
going on.
trap.
It's a trap.
I have no idea what the second one
so
can
I
do.
will study the second trap.
All right,
So it goes
go
full
ahead.
I'm gonna try and retrieve that blunderbuss because it might be useful.
Okay,
14.
tinkering.
14 on investigation on
It's
that
at
trap.
disadvantage because you're not a proficient tinker.
That's fair.
What was that?
14 on investigation.
You're
Try
kind
to
of
understand the trap.
you're kind of investigating this trap and trying to figure it out, and you're looking at the beams of this actual place, and you realize, how the fuck did he overlook this? Probably because you see dozens of swords, and you realize that triggering this trap, dozens of swords would just fall straight down like rain.
Like over the entire area or in a specific kind of space.
The entire area.
So the first roll was a modified 20, but since it's disadvantage, it is a modified 19. I rolled a 17 and then a 16.
I'm gonna have to give him a cursed item where, like,
He can't resist but to use it, but it just screws over his dice rolls. So looking at all these blades that are strapped to the ceiling girders and stuff like that, can I identify a safe place for a family to be and not be skewered?
it's the entire room.
But we just came out of another room, right?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, need to not be in this room for a little bit.
Pisces like, oh.
So
I
we
point
move
up
on.
to the roof. No.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to figure this out, or somebody has to figure this out, or all these blades are going to skewer everybody.
Well, that's easy. We just all go back to the other room and then.
That's why
That's it.
I suppose so. How far away is the triggering mechanism from the other room?
It's fairly far away.
More or less than 30
A
feet?
lot of these traps are triggered as you come from the street into the actual, like, location.
Is it safe to... Okay, so is it safe to pass by without triggering anything?
You're a fucking mouse.
Well, yeah, I can do that, yes.
Everybody else would have to be very careful.
Okay.
Especially Cayenne.
So back to
Because
my...
she's got 4 left feet.
Yeah. So back to my original question, is it more or less than 30 feet away from the other room?
It's only like 5 feet away from the other room.
Okay, so I can use Mage Hand to just trigger it if I need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a way we can get from one side of the room to the other and just kind of walk around the thing?
Yes, but very risky, especially with our dear sister, and probably these
I
big
get
ass
scared
birds,
either way.
and probably this big ass cat.
Feisty just like,
To be fair,
Feisty, you're
Feisty,
getting big.
You and Cayenne are kind of the largest of the group. There's not a whole lot of like wiggle room, especially with how close these blades are.
Red and blue are like way bigger.
I know. There's that's why I said there's some of the
Feisty.
largest.
I think what he was meaning is we're the strongest in the group.
Yes, yes.
You kind of are. You two are the strongest of the group.
Feisty does a performance to look brave, and that's a natural 20.
So,
But that also means you're much easier to hit too, though.
did we break down that skillet
Not
I
yet.
never found a skillet.
or that pan?
The
Nope.
pot.
The pot. It's made out of cast iron. Okay. I will. How heavy is it?
It's an
It's
iron
a-
pot.
It's a fucking cast iron pot. It's probably at least a good 30 pounds.
Okay. Alrighty. So, okay. So, Scat, I'm going to work on disarming this trap. Help me with using that pot, like, hold it over me so if I trigger it, I don't get skewered while
I got
everybody
a
else.
better idea. Let me see the pot.
What are you doing?
Also, you did disable the blender bus. Most of it fell apart, but you were able to gather some components from it.
Okay. Alright.
What are you doing?
You hand me the pot.
Yes, I give him the damn pot.
Put it over him, and it's now like just sitting over him, kind of like a little, kind of like a heavy, like what's it called?
Cardboard box.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
You would effectively trapped me. That's why I was asking. I go over to where I need to disarm it. You put this someplace.
Oh,
like-
good. So now I'm in danger.
Oh my god, brother. Is there a way that the pot can be wedged or stowed above me to prevent me from getting skewered if I trigger the trap while I'm trying to disarm it?
No,
be able
you would
to
have
just-
to have him hold it over your head. You see Feisty just kind of wander off in the direction of the trap.
No!
Wait,
Feisty,
Feisty,
no!
And Feisty is just kind of looking around a little bit and just kind of examining it. And she kind of sits down and she's just staring at the trap. And it's this long stare.
Feisty, don't!
And she goes over and she picks
Call Feisty out of there!
and she goes and picks up a fork and she walks over and she goes over to the wall and shoves the fork into the wall and then cuts the thing and the trap doesn't go off.
Oh.
And she goes, ugh.
Well, yeah, I was trying to make sure that nobody got hurt.
Well, at least the next one somewhat.
You get that she's like, I'm tired of wasting time. Let's go. I want to kill something. Even if it ends up being the party at this point, I'm tired and bored.
How many pillars, or is it just two? For the final trap.
2 large pillars. Like, they're like 5 feet tall, and they would come together with a force that would basically turn you into
Dude.
liquefied hamburger.
The pillars are Cayenne size.
Yeah.
Because Cayenne is 5'2".
So the question I have is, how high are they up off the ground?
They're at least 60 feet at an angle.
Yeah, but when they come together, how high will they be?
They would be flush with the ground, 5 feet tall.
Oh,
So this would block the doorway.
alrighty. Figure out how to disarm that one.
All right. Go ahead and roll that. Are you going to do it too?
Can we work together?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would definitely help him.
Okay.
Advantage.
So who's rolling?
You only take half advantage. What?
I'll go ahead and roll it since this is more of like an urban thing.
Okay.
An urban
I'm
trap.
standing back about 6 feet away at least.
Feisty's sitting back with Cayenne.
Mhm.
Same.
Luckily, it's advantage, not disadvantage.
17.
Yeah,
17. You figure out how to disarm this trap, but Nikolai's not gonna like it because you're gonna have to shot put him up into the rafters into the gear system.
Nikolai,
What?
I think we know how to disable this, but we gotta get you up there.
How far away is it?
60 feet.
I have an idea.
Oh my god, now what?
Just use your mage hand and carry yourself up.
Every time I try that, it goes horribly bad.
Horribly bad.
Well, I can load you into my slingshot.
I think I'll try the mage hand. I want to check what the hell he's talking about. Maybe there's something else that he missed. May I?
Sure.
What do I get to roll?
Tinkering.
Tinkering? Okay. That would be a 17. Nope. Yeah, 17.
So you investigate this interesting trap and you realize he's right. You're going to have to get up into the gear mechanism, jam it somehow, break it so it doesn't trigger.
Fuck. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll try to control mage hand carrying my own
Sleight of hand, man.
butt up there.
Go for it. I can't
God.
wait to see how gloriously bad this goes.
Yeah,
try
I'll
to
probably
keep him
die.
steady with mine if I see what he's doing.
It's 60 feet away.
At least make the first part of it a little
Yeah, I suppose so.
slightly more stable.
That one's cocked. Come on. At least just be a number. What did you say? It's a low number, but it's not a 1. What am I rolling again? I forget. Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
9.
9. Make a dex check for me.
Hey, that's a good one. 21.
21. You use Mage Hand and you're just going straight up at an unreasonable pace, and you see that you're about to go in between two gears and become the actual jam in it.
That would be good.
And you quickly search around and you get in your pack and you find the first thing that you can actually use for that.
Mhm.
And it's one of your rods for your machine, one of the pistons, and you just shove it in there really quick before you get it, and you hear, and the gear kind of turns a little bit, and you just see the piston just bend. But it wasn't you.
Mongo.
A moment of silence. Just staring at my poor piece of equipment.
Some of the piston oil drips on you.
Do you think
The
he
world
used
is
mending
against
on
me
this?
making a machine. Okay. Should be good, guys. I'll stay up here just in case there's like something I need to do to maybe stop it immediately.
Okay.
Do you think he could use mending on this busted blunderbuss?
No,
No,
not right now.
that's fair. I figured it might be useful with those iron bearings that we have.
So it
True,
is
I
safe
just
to
don't have that
pass. You
stuff
can now
prepared.
enter into the street again.
Gotcha.
And that I will do with Feisty and the birds.
Oh yeah, Vicey's just like fresh air, as fresh as it can be in whatever fucked up place this is. And as you exit out with Feisty and the birds, the entire sky is just black and kind of swirling around the center area, and you can see raindrops are kind of coming down, but they kind of reverse a little bit and just kind of suspended.
The glitch rain again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab my my backpack, satchel with everything in it, follow them out.
Is everybody up?
Mhm.
All right. I'll use try to use Mage Hand to get out of there.
Roll sleight of hand. I'm just gonna laugh if he actually shoves himself.
Good lord!
He just drops to the floor.
Like, why can't I get a dice to roll like really good every once in a while? 12.
I don't know what dice got you pissed off, but you
It's
might wanna
easy
return.
enough. You get out of there, and as you hear Nikolai exit, you hear a very muffled.
Jesus.
Look back.
Just as I get out.
And you see these large beings the size of Cayenne smashed together.
All right. Well,
I guess we're not going back in there.
everybody got all their limbs?
I check to see if my tail is still there, intact.
Do an investigation.
Really?
You're the one that brought it up, man. Come on, Nikolai.
Oh, fuck, really?
What?
That's a 1, isn't it?
Oh.
Yes.
So, as you're all like, as you ask that question, Nikolai turns around very cautiously and he looks at the trap that he set off. The door is open and you see the very tip of your tail that has been smashed. And there's just a bloody little stump for the very end of your tail.
Like how far? Like
About an inch.
Not about an inch, just like the
So,
The very tip.
like if you were to remove like the tip of your finger, sort of thing.
yeah, basically the fingernail area of your. And as he moves it around, it's like almost like a little itty bitty like fire hydrant of blood spraying.
Grab them, muffle them, cure wounds.
Your tail is now slightly shorter.
Ow!
Well, whatever.
Now I have to get new art of his tail, not just crooked, blunted.
If you took any damage, 5 of that's negated or
Well,
reduced.
now you
Steve's
put
trying to
it.
make you feel better.
Well, actually, technically, you could put a little metal thimble on there and have a metal end to your tail.
That's
You
actually
could
kinda
totally
cool.
put a catalyst on there for your spells.
Could literally
cyborg.
Awesome.
Could
for
put some kind of prosthetic cap on there with spikes and have a mace tail.
Yeah, I'm picturing Hook.
Or just
Where it
like,
has interchangeable hooks.
yeah,
Yes.
half of them are tools.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Put a little
God.
lockpick on there.
Yeah.
He just sticks his tail in there and starts wiggling his butt to pick the lock.
Because you've got a.
Twerk to lock.
Doesn't Nikolai have a prehensile tail? You could essentially put
think
tools on it or a hook.
Most mice have some level of prehensile tail that has never been discussed. So
So, gathering no seriousness here, you're on the road, minus a scarred Nikolai. He's joined you in having a new scar. Your path is before you. You know where to go, what to do. What are you guys doing?
I think it's
So I have
time.
to get to that tower, right? No, he's still kind of like.
I think it's time. What do you think?
Take a look around, see if any of the shops have any more of the puppets, and if they're staring at us.
Go ahead.
Or not. 8.
8. Nikolai is just too damn distracting.
Sorry.
He's like a little siren basically telling everybody where you're at.
Nikolai, no. What? Stop. I fixed you.
Could you give him something for the pain?
Look
The
on
shock.
the bright side. Now you can put whatever tools and weapons and such you need on there. You're like an automaton mouse now.
Kind of just tuck my tail underneath my arm and just kind of like hold it there.
I look at Nikolai, see if maybe I see like a little red cross or something. Want to know if he just got abducted in the Swiss Army.
I'm going to make a little thimble full of my sun tea that has some of my stash brewed in it.
And give it to him.
Yep.
You're offered a drink by Cayenne.
I'll grab it. Thank you.
Do you drink some of it?
I'll drink it.
Make a con check.
Great.
Probably really bad idea considering what we're about to do.
Be a
Just
really
enough to
bad
make the thing.
idea or a really good idea.
14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
You drink it. You drink it down, and you're just kind of feeling a little bit bubbly. And you kind of briefly see the world.
Like the actual world.
Yeah. And you see your siblings kind of like stretch out and go back to normal, and like their figures distort, but everything goes back to normal.
Wait, okay. So I see the world go all weird,
Yeah.
like weirder than this weirdness.
Yeah.
Not I like see through the illusion.
Right.
Oh, okay. It's like see through illusion would be freaking awesome right now. Whoa! What did you give me?
Your tail doesn't hurt now, does it?
No, nothing hurts anymore. You smack
Oh.
yourself, and it's like hitting dullness. You leave bloody teeth marks in your finger.
Why, Nikolai,
What did you give me? You can't feel anything.
I gave you some of my normal sun tea that I brew. Just normal tea leaves, some local honey, and some herbs. Just like chamomile and things like that, which help you relax. But I also added some of my smokable into the tea to make you a numbing agent of sorts.
I'm gonna take what's left
Yeah,
of one of the good berries I turn into a paste.
I can't feel anything.
They can just
It
bit up.
shouldn't last very long.
Can I walk normally?
You walk, you kind of take a few steps, and it's like,
Whoa. Whoa.
but you're also feeling the strange effects of munchies.
Pull out some of the food from the feast last night that I stuffed in my pockets. Wait a minute. Am I going to bite my tongue? Make sure I didn't bite my tongue.
If you go too far, I have fruit for that.
So you're heading towards the tower.
Yep.
Roll your survival because you're the ranger.
$15.
So,
Nope, 14. Sorry.
are you sure about that?
Yes.
Positive.
100%
Absolutely.
positive.
110. Okay. Cool. So, Scabpole starts heading in the direction that you need to go and takes point, and Feisty comes up and grabs you and puts you on her head. And it's kind of weird because Feisty's getting as big as Cayenne at this point that you can just sit on her head and ride her.
She's getting huge. We've only had her, what, 3 weeks now? 4 weeks?
Cats grow up quickly, man.
Spicer beasts are huge, dude.
Few hours go by. Nothing's really happening. You haven't been attacked yet. But as you...
Still numb.
It's wearing off. The munchies are starting to wear off, too.
Okay.
And as you're getting closer to the actual center, you're seeing the buildings are more dilapidated, less put together. They're just a lot more sketchy, you know, like the illusion's less complete the closer you get. The focus of this area is the tower. And eventually you get to a large open courtyard that surrounds this tower with all these fountains. And you see all these fountains are made of skeletons of many, many different people and species and other things.
What the fuck? And we see the tower ahead of us still?
It's not that far away now. You just have to cross this courtyard.
Everybody watch your step.
Yeah, no kidding.
Try and guide the group through safely.
Go ahead. Remember your abilities as an urban ranger. Now you have to go check.
I was like, wait a minute. That's a hint that you're not doing something that you should be doing.
Hello, everybody at home. This is a good idea to remind everybody that a valuable tool is to actually read your character sheet and your abilities before the game because it's a good refresher on how to actually play your character in class. PSA, now over.
The more
Okay,
you
okay.
know.
So that was a 19. This is technically one of my it's my favorite terrains.
You have
get through
disturbed my dice.
somewhat safely.
Yeah. He guides you guys through this rather grim area. And as you walk through, your hooves are like clattering, but it feels like they're clattering on like glass. And then as you look down, you see that there's rather thick, like almost like snow or like a frozen lake. Each of the stones are thick, like almost like illusionary glass. And under it, you see dozens and dozens of souls just floating, trapped underneath it.
Could I realize that we're making noise?
Easily. I mean, it's
Okay.
Cayenne. She
Wait,
has
hold on.
hooves.
Hold on, guys. That armor that I found might help us with this.
Okay,
Try to use it.
go ahead.
We gotta get back to the armor to exactly understand how I'm supposed to use it.
Carefully.
Cast the spell. Okay.
So essentially, it goes off when you actually roll your stealth.
Okay.
So roll that stealth.
Roll that stealth. Okay.
I'll laugh. He rolls a one.
Yeah, I probably will. With my luck. Hey, it's not bad.
It's a 3.
17.
17.
Oh, that's what that is.
So as you guys are moving forward, you may all roll your stealth and add pass without a trace. That's an additional 10.
I got
Well,
well,
that's
20.
15.
So 30.
Now that's 20. You don't have to add anything to it. There's no reason to bolster about numbers there, buddy.
I rolled 8.
So 18. Better than what you would have had. What'd you get?
I had a 15.
15?
Mhm.
We'll do 28.
28?
But you guys have to stay like 10 feet or so, like around me. Can't go too far.
So the birds are kind of walking and they kind of pause for a moment. They're unsure about like their feet touching the ground because they're not used to the familiar like soft sounds they make. They're not making any noise. And Feisty just and you're having the same issue. You're tapping your little scaly feet on this like glass surface and it's returning no noise.
This is weird.
It's almost like you're stepping on a very soft pillow.
Okay, I can work with this.
And oddly enough, your hooves went from clack, 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 clack to...
Just a soft little.
Your feet sound like when Mongo runs a little bit excitedly. Not very loud, very soft.
I guess I will continue to guide the group.
All right, go ahead.
Not too bad. 13.
There is that charge used.
So it's a 13. He guides you through, and Feisty stops you for a moment, grabbing your the tip of your tail with her maw.
I thought I was on her head, but okay.
Well, she let you down
Oh.
because obviously you're testing your feet.
Oh, yeah.
So, and she just grabs you a little bit, and when you come
Okay.
back,
Okay.
she motions to like a pile of like one of the statues. and you can see like something catch it. You see what caught her eye, and it's like very peculiar. It's almost like a centaur skeleton, but the upper half is missing, and you can see that on the feet that was left behind is essentially like little booties for a centaur.
Diane,
Mm.
you see those too, right?
He points them out to you.
Oh,
Those might be useful for you. If they're magical.
I'll go take a look at them.
You get a bit closer and you see how they bind and they go over and they actually latch underneath the actual hoof. And they have an odd metal to them. It's an odd sheen, almost like a pearlescent rainbow type metal.
Tempted to remove them, but I'll move away from them for now because I don't know if that would trigger some kind of trap.
You're gonna let the boys deal with it?
That's fair.
That's fair. You want me to
Tyann's
take a
gonna-
look?
Tyann's gonna play it smart for now.
I will go ahead and check it out and see if it's trapped.
She's super loving tonight.
I know she is.
She's just eating up the camera right now.
14.
14?
Yep.
It's not trapped at all. You just have to break off the legs, essentially.
It's not trapped, but they are kind of stuck. We're gonna have to break the statue's legs.
It's not a statue, it's skeleton.
Oh, it's a skeleton. We're gonna have to break the thing's legs to get them.
Something the birds can probably do really easily, really quickly.
Arms crossing. Thing, huh?
Well, it looks like it could have been a centaur, but I don't know. Its upper half is missing.
Trying to go over to.
I mean, do you know what it is? I sure as hell don't.
That would be like me calling a skeleton of one of your kind an it, or an abomination,
That would be
or a
fair,
thing.
to be honest, because I don't know what our skeletons look like actually.
I do,
a bit
at least for
bony.
I was totally in there. It looks like any other person's bones.
That's fair.
So you're probably your inside, your bones on the inside, pretty much make up your shape.
I'm gonna see if there's a way I'd be able to
And we'll
try
let him
to
do the healing.
loosen the bone without fully breaking the legs off.
Okay, loosen them enough just so you can get them off.
Yeah.
Do a survival.
What are you doing, kitty cat?
Kind of like how you have to try to reposition a body after rigor mortis. That was an 8.
That's
though.
always fun. You go over and you start investigating, and you try with the front legs to remove it, and you hear a snap, and you're just suddenly holding just the lower leg, and it's like, oh.
Well, if it's snapped like that, it's probably been here for a very long time.
So at this point, it's easy enough to gather the booties, and you can have him identify them later.
Or just put them on. Just do it.
Can I at least look at them and see if they're magical?
Roll that Arcana, buddy.
$21.
You can easily tell they're they're magically, magic.
They're magically delicious.
Delicious. Delicious. Oh my god.
So you guys good carry on? Roll that. So You now have a set of centaur booties or horse booties.
Let me see him.
23.
I can do the same thing he does, except they could be useful for you, and we're going to fight this guy. It's a spell that's just going to sit there not doing nothing.
Could just sit on Feisty's back while performing the spell, if Feisty doesn't mind.
Or I can just cast the spell and be done with it.
Oh, you could do that instantaneously?
Yeah. There's only the ritual?
Isn't there a thing though, kind of like if you skip some steps, things could go wrong?
No.
That's not quite what he's getting at. The reason why when I do it, it takes so long is because I'm not trying to burn off too much of my energy. What he wants to do is just kind of get it done and over with in one shot.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm still learning
He can
this
do that
magic
with
thing.
you.
It's so weird.
I can, but I also have to conserve that energy because I only have a little bit of it to go throughout the day.
I think you can do more stuff for me, but it's a
I-
spell I know that I have no use. I can't pick a different spell. He has like a whole library of spells.
Not yet. I'm hoping to expand that.
That's worth a shot.
Let me see.
Until you come
Let's
across
do
a spell eater.
I will let
That's
Nikolai.
not funny.
By the way, that was 23.
23?
I will let Nikolai identify.
it. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll try to keep the noise down.
Cast identify and just get done with. What are these?
So you see him draw this like schematic in the air, and with all these like they're just like the same like weird arcana. It's like the schematic.
Right. And I'll look over my shoulder and I'll tell Mongo, see, I can do this without any butt wiggling.
And
What's the
roll a
point?
performance for me.
But I'm not performing.
No, nope. Roll
Okay,
a performance
I'll
for
roll
me.
performance. 9.
9. So despite you doing this, you kind of are like, you have to do the semantic part of it, and that's where your butt wiggling comes into play. And he's just wiggling his butt. You can see the little nub, the end of his tail just. It's still red, kind of like ET phone home status.
I tried to not do butt wiggling.
And failed.
And failed. Because that's the way I was taught. Haven't figured it out yet.
It's just second nature for you.
And I'm just over there. It's like, I guess it's all in the hips.
Motion in the ocean. Oh my god. So these do actually provide you with actual shoes. Which is nice. Fully protect your feet. And once per day you can actually use your feet as a bladed weapon.
That's fucking terrifying.
Dang.
And that would be basically a short sword worth of damage. I'll get that to you tomorrow.
That's pretty cool. And over. They make your feet even more fucking scary. Explain. It's like it allows you to like make a bladed attack with your feet. I don't want to see that. Well, I do want to. I don't want to be the recipient of that. Please don't kick me anymore.
What's even more terrifying is if she had multi-attack, is that's one short sword per hoof.
And imagine if she could dual wield and she had a short sword in each hand.
Oh my god, she takes monk. She uses Fury of Blows. Fury of Hooves.
Fuck.
That would just be a cyclone of pain.
Would that work?
You can.
Yeah.
It's an unarmed strike.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
Especially if she uses her hooves, it's an unarmed strike.
Literally.
It's literally a hooves attack.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. So you carry on inside, and you eventually get to the
It's
doors,
just terrifying.
and
I just picture a centaur monk doing like cartwheels and kicks and stuff.
You know, I'm actually just picturing the cow from Kung Pao,
Oh my god!
but it's a centaur.
Yes.
There's a like a forward flip, four attacks, one for each hoof, and then lands and then strikes it with her arms.
Okay, I gotta ask, what is your dex?
I
I know you got great wisdom. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not as low as my charisma.
Hey, you know what? You could do it. That's wisdom. That's what monks need. You've got
So-
plenty of both.
You approach the door, and as you probably consider investigating it, the door is just open, leading inside.
Gee, you think he knows we're here?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I think he thinks. I'm saying this. I think he thinks he's got us.
I'm going to pull out the dagger and see if anything happens. The one I was given.
The shadow dagger.
Yeah.
As you pull it out, and from the proximity of this building, you can see the dagger has basically fully restored to itself.
Oh! I believe he definitely knows we're here.
Right.
Take a look in, see if it's safe to cross the threshold. Investigation.
Yeah. Or perception.
Yeah.
Is that another one there?
No,
Nikolai?
just not good.
It was a 9 from me.
12.
14.
Is that investigation?
Yeah.
19.
You're all looking inside at this entranceway. To you, it looks fairly safe. And then you just see Boo just walk right past you in there, not carrying. And Red's like, and starts following after.
Walk through. After blue and red.
Fall behind.
So I take it they're just as fed up with his shit as we are.
And Feisty just.
And as soon as I cross the threshold, look for a place to hide.
There's basically candle holders along the entire entranceway. You see a long, tattered carpet that leads up a double stairway going higher up into the tower.
Gee, wonder where he's hiding.
And you just see all these doors. And the door behind you closes completely, and you hear a click that echoes through the entire place.
Alright.
All, like I said, following behind blue and red, trying to, when I get in, find a spot to hide. If I have to stay amongst them, I can hide there.
That's easy enough. You can use everybody as good cover.
Okay. Stay behind the biggest thing, so either Feisty or blue or red, I guess.
Maybe
Stay in their shadow, I guess.
Cayenne or Feisty. Feisty takes up a lot of room.
Yeah.
More room than me.
Yeah, I'll
She's
walk.
a big cat.
I'll tell Feisty, I'm right underneath you. Don't smash me. As I walk underneath her, hiding in her shadow.
She's gonna have disadvantage on anything she does because she's constantly looking between all 6 of her feet.
No, you just walk. I'll just understand that I'm down here.
She's kind of occasionally going like this, like
No,
she
no,
has wet paws, unsure what to do.
Nikolai, it's probably not the best place for you to be. Feisty can't do anything if you're constantly under her.
And I may step on you.
Okay. Spicy's fuzzy, right?
Oh yeah, she's like a panther.
Can you let me up on top of you, Feisty?
She's kind of and scoops you up and just.
I'll hold on to her collar and kind of try to hide in amongst her fur.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
she's,
Stealth, I guess.
she's so done.
Stealth, I guess.
You don't have to roll stealth. She's
Okay.
fuzzy enough to hide you.
Okay.
If she turns invisible, you're probably hidden by her fur.
Or you're
Possibly.
just
The floating mouse all of a sudden.
floating.
Shit, that's not fair. All right. Plan? Thoughts?
Looking around for
Order of demise?
Order of demise.
Beat
Well,
to
I'm
death with
wherever
bag of
Feisty is.
teeth.
Well,
Shove bomb up ass.
we still have the kaboom. But
Stop sharing things. We all know what we got. We just have to find this bastard.
Oh, I
the
don't think
problem
that's going
is,
to be a
I think we're
problem.
locked in the tower.
Yeah,
And
and
were
he's
we
welcome
going
here with
anywhere
us.
if we didn't finish him off?
Well, we can't use the kaboom here.
Why the hell not?
About a
'Cause we're
200-foot
locked in
radius
here?
in the tower. Blow this thing up, it's gonna take us with us, and even if it doesn't, this tower is gonna come down on top of us.
Well, I guess we have to be careful.
So the staircase goes up, spirals, and spirals all the way up to the top floor.
Whatever iron you have,
I'm
keep
gonna
it
be
at the
staying
ready.
further back in the party, watching everyone in front
Can
of
I
me.
get that pot back?
Of course.
Hands you the pot.
Oh, okay.
It's about 12 inches around, a foot and a half tall. You put Humphrey on it?
Hopefully Humphrey was taking it for me. Because I've got an idea for this thing that might be kind of fun.
Okay. You lift Humphrey up and he's taking the damn thing.
Thank you, Humphrey.
So, proceed up the stairs?
Yeah.
Stealthily, or just going?
Well,
It
I'm
seems he knows exactly where we
Oh yeah,
are.
you don't have to roll.
yeah, I'm in and amongst Feisty, and we do have the Pastor Latrace going still probably.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wow. So, up the stairs you guys go. And it just, as you're going up the stairs, from outside it seemed like this place was about 3 stories tall. It shouldn't take this long, but it's just grueling going up the stairs. It's like going up it just past one floor, another floor, a third floor, a fourth floor, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh. Eventually you get to the 8th. And eventually you get to the 27th.
I try to remember the outside of the tower. Was it blue and made of wood?
Nah, dude, that's something that's personal to you.
Oh, okay. Gotta get out and look from Cheddar on that one too.
About how far away are we from the bottom of the tower now?
Do an investigation. You do know you've probably been keeping track, and you know you're about 27 stories up. You're probably exhausted climbing upstairs.
14.
14?
Yep.
You look down, and it's just darkness because of how high you are.
Okay. Worst case scenario, could drop the kaboom, find a way to jump out safely.
You don't bounce, you don't fly. Bad idea.
So we're just going upstairs.
At the moment, yes.
So you're going up a few more?
Mhm.
Great. Going up a few more? You go up a few more, and eventually you get to the 30th floor, and it just levels out. There's no more stairs. But there is a single doorway in the middle. Just a door frame with a door in the middle.
Mm-hmm. So all these stairs for a door. Obviously, this is some stupid illusion.
Everybody's so over this guy.
He enjoys his theatrics.
So much effort. So is it
You
supposed
just
to
do.
intimidate us? Is it supposed to
Yeah, look,
Make us,
do you want me to try to explain it to you right now? Or do you want to get to work?
I'll look to see if I can open the door.
Thank you.
You get off.
I'm gonna
Feisty.
check it for safety and check it for any traps or whatever, and then
You too.
I'll check for traps as well.
Okay. I can tell by the look on your face. You're like, I'm just done and ready to kill this fucker. Get on with it.
21.
Might help if I actually remember my character.
Jesus.
I clicked the button to look at something and I forgot to go back. Sorry.
Oh my god! You're so unprepared. We're gonna die of old age before you get to your character sheet.
It seems like it at this point. Jesus Christ, what the hell?
What'd you roll?
16.
Oh, that's easy. Okay. Don't even have to look at it. I just looked at your sheet. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of figured it's probably like 22.
Oh, it's pretty high. So you guys look over the store, top to bottom, checking things, everything, every last inch. And there's not a single trap on this. It could be opened from either way.
Look over his head. Who wants to have the glory of kicking down the door? I can't do much of it.
I am?
Like, my
Wanna
feet
make
only
an
go like
entrance?
2 inches off the floor.
You want to roll that strength and kick down the door?
I'll do it. Strength.
Just an unarmed
Keeps
attack.
Sticking. You said unarmed attack?
Please roll a natural 20.
It was an 18.
Yeah, it's a good one.
18?
Mhm.
Okay. She goes over, she turns around and kicks this door, and you hear the hinges just give off an ungodly sound as it goes flying. Like you expect it to clatter on the other side of this door frame, but it goes into a room. And just skitters and tumbles across the ground, leaving scrapes in the glass floor. And a horrible noise echoing throughout the entire place.
Glass floor. Or is it glass looking? I would like to verify that.
Okay.
Investigation.
Go up to the doorway, not going in, but
10.
Feisty's fur's in the way. It looks solid enough.
knock knock.
Roll a performance?
Modified 20.
Cursed my dice so much.
Okay. You get no response.
Oh, come now. That's no way to treat your guests.
Is it dark in there?
It's fairly dim, but there is some light. Blip is like on your head. If
I'll just roll my eyes and giggle at Blip and just walk in.
Draw my bow.
the birds flank on either side of you.
Iron, fire arrows, not.
As you guys, you're on Feisty, so you're heading
I'll hop off Feisty,
in. Okay.
and I'll take a turn. Produce flame in one hand. Take the next turn. Produce flame in the other hand.
Okay. As you head into the room, you see like what looks like giant like sentinel statues, but they're just shadows. Almost like solid shadows, and you see like these ascending stairways going up to a very gaudy throne made of bodies. And the figure disappears midway down a bit further, and down a bit further, approaching you guys in that weird glitchiness that you're familiar with.
Is this head honcho guy or another person?
It seems like it's the head honcho guy.
So, Mongo, are you going to try to talk to him now?
Oh my god, that's adorable. So, you feel blip on your head, and you hear, "Points the sun." And just boom! This massive light just goes off in the room.
I'm glad I didn't have my goggles on. Jesus, that would have sucked.
It blip didn't go full nuclear, but it was big.
So he's just lighting up the room like the sun.
So
Oh,
Blip
yeah.
saw him and flashed him.
Yes.
Flashbanged him, huh? Is it person?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we were all temporary. Oh god, I don't have my goggles on.
Yeah, you're light sensitive, so you're blinded.
Oh,
Well,
And everybody's just like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh.
Roll initiative.
oh my god.
shit, I have disadvantage because I'm blinded. There goes that 20.
I rolled an 8.
An 8.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're in a boss fight. No, we got an 8.
19.
1 sec.
Sometimes bottom of the rank is not the worst. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's the
actually,
best.
it kind of comes in handy sometimes.
It really
Trust
does.
me, from
It's good.
19.
19.
19? Manga?
21.
I tied with Mongo. 19.
What is it with you guys and fucking having to figure out what to do on your turns? Alright, let's see what Feisty gets. Fuck. This Feisty's modifier.
I believe she would get the same proficiency bonus as me as well, actually.
What's your proficiency bonus?
+2.
Okay.
Plus whatever she has naturally.
So what is she at? Like a 14 or a 44 on
No,
the initiative?
she's on a 3.
Jesus.
Fuck!
You're one of your big hitters is at a 3.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
I know.
Because that means people, those that could possibly heal, go before they do.
And Red is at 4.
Good lord.
Boo is at 13.
We're gonna die.
Oh god, okay, wow, this is gonna be great. BBEGs at a 1.
Do you do that for the same thing that you do for all of us? We all get an extra attack, or
Yep, I had to roll at disadvantage because of the flashbang, and
you got a one?
I got a 1. It went from a 19 to a 1.
Thank God.
Some of us know how that
Blip.
feels.
Blip is the hero of this.
You hear on your head.
session.
You feel on your head. And you just hear like little wheezy panting.
Immediately going in the satchel and giving like some water and food, a place to sleep.
As you're giving water to Blip, it's steaming. And Blip's a little hot to the touch.
Oh, do you have like a little like bald spot on your head now?
She has a crown on of bone.
Oh, good. It's like that didn't burn
Is
you,
there a
did
little
it?
burn mark on that bone?
I have to check later. You're going into combat.
She has a blast shadow on her head.
Mungo and Scab, you're first.
I have a 21.
Oh yeah, you do.
Like, wait a minute.
Nikolai would be first.
Yeah.
Since I have produce flame on both hands, can I throw them both at the same time?
You see him kind of the guy. He just is taken back by this, and you can see smoke drifting off of him into the ether. Yes, you may.
Okay. One attack, or would it be two attacks?
Just throw your ball.
Okay, am I rolling once or twice to make the attack?
1 for each.
Okay. First one is a 1! Yay!
Please don't light us on fire.
Second one would be... Yeah. Can I just take the average for the rest of
Nope,
the game? This
you
is getting
already called
ridiculous. Second one would be... where's Bruce? That'd be a 19.
19. The 19 will hit.
Okay.
Roll damage for both of them, please.
That's right. Yeah, 1d8.
We're off to a great start to this combat encounter.
4 for the first one, 7 for the second one.
4 for the first one.
Yep.
So, Scab, as you're standing there and you're just blinded, you just feel something hit your shoulder from behind. And you realize that...
All the TNT.
And you realize your shoulder is now on fire and it's starting to spread a little bit towards the explosives.
Cutting that out as best I can.
Okay. It's fairly easy, but it's just like, fuck, fuck, fuck. And you feel your skin is burnt a little bit for 4 points of damage.
Damn it, Nikolai.
And the other point of damage was what?
7.
7? And you guys see him set Scab on fire, the one that's carrying all the explosives.
Didn't want to.
Okay, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, you're up next.
How far away is he?
About 60. Actually, more, probably about 35, 40.
Okay. I'm gonna use some of my movement to get within 15 feet of him.
Okay.
Walk up. Oh, we finally get to meet face to face, Mr. Smiling McCatchlord.
I wouldn't if I were you, Mongo.
Burning hands.
Go for it, buddy.
And then the rest of my movement afterwards will be to get the fuck away from him.
Burning pause. Oh, I have to make a dex save. It's not a roll for you.
Yeah.
Jesus. Fuck.
Are we not going to die because your dice are betraying you?
6.
So 12.
Full 6 points of damage.
You roll a 1? Jesus.
He's blinded, he's on his knee, and yeah, that's a 1. It makes sense. It only literally makes sense story-wise. Like I can explain the 1. It makes sense story-wise. The dude's literally just stuck right now. I can't do any of his legendary actions, nothing currently. He's just...
He's suddenly blinded and probably in a lot of pain.
Oh, yeah. Scav.
What's that, that iron arrow that was, coated in machine oil, put into one of the torches going into the room? Firing that fire arrow at him.
Alright, yeah, you let off the flame and it just more smoke came off of him and pain, anger, distorted sounds.
16.
16?
That's that first, like, free attack since he was, like, got that 1, right?
There's 2 attack rounds.
Gotcha.
This is the first attack
That's right,
round.
that's right. Gotcha. So that was a 16 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit. Okay. For my,
You go and knock the arrow as he set him on blaze. You fire the arrow off, and he jerks in pain, and it just goes whistling past, and you hear it just tumble along the ground.
Damn it!
Would have been a good opportunity to hold your attack so you can get the double shot.
Probably would have been.
Yeah.
Too late now.
I
Too
guess
late
for
now.
my bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my movement at first to get a little bit away from the group. Safely place the backpack with the kaboom inside of it, off in an area where it's not gonna get hit.
Okay.
And for the bonus action, retrieve the nail bomb.
All right. Who's going to go and attack? Jesus Christ. Okay. What were the attacks for the birds? Trying to think. What were the attacks for the birds?
Based on how they were killing things like large, thick-hide animals, I would think at least a D8.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to remember.
And they seem to be like working together. So do they have pack tactics?
They do
Yes.
if they're within range.
Gotcha.
How quickly they were able to bring down large animals. It's at least a D8.
Well, we
hell,
kinda-
okay.
Went toe to toe with the baby owlbear.
They almost got their asses kicked by the baby owlbear.
The baby owlbear almost didn't fucking survive.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't have.
So, you see Boo just like move up like a raptor between the pack, and just kind of come down, and it's almost like an elegant slide as they bring their wing out and just slice right through where this guy's shins are. And you just see like this black ichor just splatter in an arc across the ground as Boo gets back up, getting ready in position for when Red gets ready to attack to use pack tactics. There's another howl of pain from this guy. You guys are fucking laying into him. Like, fuck.
Murder hobo all the way.
Home invasion at its worst.
You're up next, Cayenne.
I'm going to attack the dude with his own blade.
All right. Go ahead and get personal and funky with it.
So is that
Would
something
I
about
just do
looking to
that
get
as an
force in the
unarmed
mouth
strike
right
for now?
No, that would be a dagger attack. Add a +1 dagger to your weapons, real quick, and then use that for your attack.
It's a D4 attack, so you just add +1 to your attack and damage, right?
No, I'm just letting her at it.
Okay.
Because she used a digital dice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because my dice is... It's too loud for my liking on the table.
The tables are padded now, though.
I should apologize about my metal dice then. Well, not metal, but
It's...
Is it being weird?
So I can add a dagger, but it doesn't let me roll for it.
You probably
go
do
into
you have proficiency with daggers?
go into no. Keep
Oh,
it
you have to
equipped.
equip it, don't you?
Yeah. Okay, now go under attack or actions.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep. You just have to equip it.
So that's a 12 to hit.
So you go up to stab this guy with it, like fucking Michael Myers style. And he brings his hands up and he just pushes away the blade, deflecting it. It does not make any sort of purchase. While he is on one knee, he is not defenseless.
Yeah, we can't keep him on one knee because I got a great finishing move for this.
Put your cock away.
Not that.
Ew.
So Red tries to capitalize off of that attack you made, and jumps over your shoulder as you brought down the dagger to stab, and he ducks out of the way, and Red just goes skittering a little bit and comes to a stop. Ear pitchy noise because it's like cutlery on a plate, essentially.
Oh fuck! No.
And Feisty's going to try to stealth. Okay, Feisty very much stealths. You guys look around and you don't see Feisty anywhere. And we're back to the top of the initiative because that was a 1. That would be you, Nikolai.
Yep. I think right now I'll just continue using Produce Flame and throw little balls of fire at them.
Alright, throw your little balls. You only get 1 this round.
Yeah, no. 24.
24 will hit.
Four points of damage.
That's much more manageable. Mungo and Scav.
Do you have any extra nails? Give me some.
Here you go.
Grabbing at least one nail in each paw, run it up because I just remembered what they fucking said earlier.
Okay.
I'm nailing his fucking shadow.
Alright.
Since they're within 5 feet, pack tactics, but I don't want to hit them. So I'm moving into a position where they cannot get hit, Bonus action, Hunter's Mark.
All
I
right.
remembered this time. Then I'll fire my arrow.
Every ranger's bane. Hunter's mark.
Whether or not they remember to cast
You
that
can both
spell.
take your actions since you're on the same initiative.
What do I roll to nail his shadow?
Well, you have to perceive it first, so investigation and then a sleight of hand.
22.
22? For what?
That's just a hit.
That will hit.
12.
12?
12.
You think you might have an idea?
Okie dokie.
17 points of damage, and that was the iron arrow that was on fire.
And select
Alright.
all. I don't know if I'm going to hit a shadow, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit something. Modified 20. I'm nailing something.
So Scav fires off this arrow, and you watch it just sail over your head as you get closer, like dangerously close to your ears and your hat. And the arrow strikes him in the shoulder and sends a burst of flame, and you just see it just sink all the way in. That casts light across the floor, and you spot where there's a shadow, and you just clink, and he lets out just an agonized pain. Yep. Okay. And Boo's going to attack again. She's got pack tactics now. Okay. Yeah, the scary thing is these birds have multi-attack. They technically have two-weapon fighting style because of their feet.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Fight scene, the birds are fucking terrifying.
Alright.
Cayenne's nothing to fucking laugh at.
No, she's not. She's just as terrifying. You're up. Speaking of scary Cayenne,
Wait, has Blue gone yet?
that was Boo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Boo is behind, and she used pack tactics to basically move back through and just make another slash. And you're just splattered across the face by this black, gooey stuff, and it's like, oh, what the fuck is that?
This time it's not
I'm
Mongo.
going,
Give it a minute.
since
Give it a minute.
I do have at least a thorny vine with me, since there's no nature in this room.
Yeah, remember you can use your scythe as a focus.
I'm gonna do Thorn Whip to try to go for his neck.
All right. It's called shot, so roll that disadvantage.
Disadvantage was 18
That still hits.
for 9 damage.
All right, you just so as Boo's a distraction, you bring your weapon around and you use it as the focus once again, and you launch it out and you wait for that just opening, and it goes right past Boo and just wraps right around his neck and makes purchase, and you just yank it so it just basically ties instantly, kind of like wrangling a cow or a horse. And then Red is up in the order. Jeez, barely hits. For no damage. We see who's the slacker today.
Blue.
So Red just goes up, follows after Boo, follows your Thorn Whip, and just lets out just one singular peck to the back of this guy's head.
It's like just annoying him. Just ting, 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 ting.
Essentially, let's see what Feisty does. She's gonna make a sneak attack. Jesus fuck. Okay.
So that's either a lot or nothing.
That was 28 from her. As she just comes out, and you just feel you just slide forward a bit on the ground as she just comes out of like the damn near shadows. and tackles this guy and just bites down on his neck and just sinks all 6 of her fucking claws into him.
Fuck.
And you just hear her like let out a roar of just pure fucking anger.
Alright, she was a little pent up.
Let's see if he can actually, because this is just big. Okay. Yeah, and surprisingly enough, he holds his own and doesn't go down to the ground.
Oh.
And now we're back to the top. Okay. We're back to the top, and we're at the top with Nikolai. You see all these, you see Feisty on top of this guy. You see Kyan's noose around his neck. You see Mongo off behind him, nailing something.
Can I get to Mongo?
You can move between allies.
Well, distance-wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's moved up on him very quickly.
I'll
There's
go over to Mongo. I'll run over to Mongo.
Mhm.
I'll put Long Strider on him.
Hey.
10 extra feet. You can go around nailing him down, man.
Yep.
All right. So that's you.
That's my
how many
action
nails
dash.
did I get from you, Scott?
You took 2.
2? Okay.
Yep, two.
You had
So
one
if
in
he
each
breaks
hand.
one, go pick it up.
Mongo and Scab, you're up next.
It'll last for an hour.
I'm moving into a position where I have line of sight.
It's hard at this point because Feisty's literally on top, and you've never seen Feisty this angry. But you can get in there because of pack tactics.
Take the shot.
Mongo, hammer time. You have your parachute pants on.
I am not gonna need it. That was a natural 20.
Okay.
Are the nails into his shadow yet?
Need it.
You have
Okay,
one.
for this action.
One in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, try to get the other one in just to...
It's exciting. He gets to go this turn.
That is 45 points of damage.
Fuck.
All right.
What the hell?
And that's the iron arrow again.
Oh, you get a natural 20.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how. Natural 20.
Right.
And
Might want to.
he's still going.
Yep.
Iron arrow gone.
So you're trying to nail again? Investigation and yep. Is that one on fire or no? Just iron?
That was one of the fire ones. I'm more than likely just gonna be staying here, whatever
That was
torches
cocked.
I can to keep lighting them. But
17.
seeing that it's getting to this point, I'm probably gonna have to switch to my. You know what? Use my bonus action. Swap to my axe.
19.
19.
Investigation.
Another flash of light from Scabbard, and you can just see. Roll that sleight of paw, man.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely cocked.
Please, please.
My dice don't want to cooperate. They keep landing right on the side. So they're
At
just
least-
cocked enough. So
are,
when I
you, are you
move-
getting the bad rolls out? Possibly.
No, one of them was fucking 17.
Let the bad rolls go. You're just waiting, huh?
Yep.
Sleight of paw. 9.
9. You go to hammer it down and you hit the nail down, but it just kind of it ricochets off and lets off a spark.
Retrieve the fucking nail.
Okay.
Do it again.
And try to run and maybe take some cover.
Okay. There's not much room to take up.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see. Up next, we have Boo again. Let's see what Boo does. Hey, back. God. Well, she had to miss at some point. She goes in for She goes in for another attack, and she's trying to take him down all the way, and she just slides on the ground and just completely misses. You're up next, Kyan.
Basically trying to suffocate this dude by the neck
Roll
with
a strength.
Thorn Whip.
Trying to choke him out.
Yeah, or just pull his head and spinal column out.
Yeah, that'll work too.
Whichever will work first.
Whichever happens first.
But that's just a 12 on strength.
So he's gonna roll corner. So while you start tugging on this, he reaches out and wraps his hand around the vine and just pulls you towards him. And you feel your hoof just dragging, leaving grooves in the ground. Like, yikes. Let's see. Red is going to do the same thing as Boo and absolutely nothing. She whiffs her attack. It's not an absolute failure. And Feisty is going to try and pin this guy down. Feisty shifts all of her weight to the upper body of this guy and just slams him down backwards onto the ground.
Damn.
And now it's his turn.
Oh fuck.
He's going to use one of his legendary actions.
She's gonna yeet Feisty.
So, as you guys all converged on him, Feisty hits the ground with on top of him, and your vine just goes limp instantly. And you just see him reappear another shadow in the room. But where you have him nailed, you can see the thin line of the shadow is stretched out to where he's at. Very, very thin. But he's moved
How far away is he?
about 60 feet.
Okay.
All right.
And let's see, he's going to make a long-range attack.
Hmm?
I just gotta figure it out.
I know what I'm doing next. You can move that quickly. I need to be able to get to him very quickly. So, expedition retreat for me.
Wait, don't get too close. I'm gonna chuck this bomb at him.
He seems to evaluate each of you, and then he looks over towards the one that basically just tried to fucking strangle him. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
$22.
Ooh. All right, you have advantage on that because you're Fey. Yeah. So he reaches out and he brings his hand up, and you can see the air glisten a little bit, and the air around you distorts a little bit, almost like everything just suddenly shifts, like it changed channels. And for a brief moment, each of your siblings looked like him, and he looked like your ally. Like he was trying to control you into basically killing your own siblings.
That's a good save.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. We're back to the top with you, Nikolai.
Remember, expedition retreat on myself.
You heard me call out
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
I'm casting expeditious retreat on myself, and
Mark it off.
Yeah.
For both your uses. Yeah, remember you guys have free communication amongst yourselves.
Well, I'm all out of my first level spells now. So, well, he had long strider.
Yeah.
I have expedition retreat, which basically gives me a full bonus dash movement. So
Okay.
that's all I can do.
All right. You use that. Scavemunga.
Hey, Smiley. Chucking that nail bomb right at him.
Roll the dex, man. What are you doing? Finding
Waiting for that to go off.
so you can find another shadow and
Uh-huh.
tink.
Damn it.
Tink, tink, tink.
There we go. This thing is actually kind of annoying. It makes it hard to see what my rolls are sometimes if it goes all the way under there. That would be an 18.
And 18.
Yep.
Okay. And you chuck this thing?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
You know, a 19 hits and a 16 doesn't, so probably.
Let's see. Gab, I'm borrowing your sheet for a sec.
Sure. What?
It said Scaver rolled custom. 1. It just popped up. Scaver roll custom. 1.
I didn't see anything.
All right. I need, let's see, I need to figure out the range here.
Told me it was 20 feet.
20 feet. Okay.
That blast radius is 20 feet.
And he needs to make a...
There, right there.
Oh, okay. He's looking
If you
hurt
click the
now.
little like chat icon there.
So,
Yeah, no, it didn't pop up on my screen.
I will tell
Okay,
you
let me
guys this
show you
number,
that.
and you guys are gonna go, "What the fuck?"
Those were all iron nails too.
So, Scav throws this, and you hear it bounce and go, and you hear it just explode right at this guy's feet and go off. 74 points of damage.
Oh shit!
Dang! Oh yeah, I see that now. Holy crapola.
He's looking rough from that, and really pissed. What are you doing, Mongo?
How
As
far
a-
away is he?
Oh,
He's far
my
enough away.
bonus action. I'm sticking the machine oil coated axe into the torch,
Okay.
igniting that.
It's
thing.
kind of terrifying to you because you're far enough away from it, but all these nails go skittering past you in every direction.
More nails. That's great, actually.
Yeah.
But they're like hot.
Yeah. I'm not gonna try to pick any up right now. I'm just gonna take the one cold one that I have and try to find another shadow and nail the
Investigation
fucker.
pause. Who's gonna go?
Natural 20.
You, as you're like looking around from that flash, you see a very peculiar shape that looks almost like his head. You have advantage on your pause. Boo's looking at you for orders.
Oh, thank God.
I am
Just
going
roll
to look to both blue and to red and tell them to go hunting.
Okay.
Did you
Tell,
get?
tell them to hunt Smiley.
Nice.
Okay. They look to each other. Okay. So Red is going to drop her initiative and move to
22
Boo's
on
initiative.
sleight of paw.
Wow. Join forces and kind of be more deadly.
So, you see, you find the spot right dead center. Clink! And he goes, fucker! Oh yeah, that's one hell of a way to give a headache.
Yeah. Flip them off and try to hide.
Roll that stealth. So that eliminates Red from initiative, but she also goes on Boo's initiative, which gives
16.
them advantage.
16.
You scatter real quick and you hide behind Feisty.
I'm so fucking glad we didn't get advantage on that.
I mean,
That
you
first roll was a fucking 1.
I mean, you did roll really well on that, so that's what you get. So they're going to double dash their full distance to get closer, and that's going to be their turn. Cayenne, you're up.
I'm going to. How far is he from me right now?
About 60.
About 60.
Fuck. That's all.
He's can move.
Well, this
far.
works. We use chill touch on him.
Okay, reach out and touch somebody.
It's so weird to me. It's chill touch, but you can do it as a ranged attack. It's like it says touch.
120, man.
Yeah.
120 feet reach. For 23 to hit.
That will hit.
And. Only 1 point of necrotic damage.
I will take it. I will definitely
It is
take it.
one more point that he doesn't have now. That's every little bit.
Feisty's
helps.
gonna look to you. Hmm?
Oh, I didn't think we got this far. Just try and keep the others safe. But if you can, pin them down. Just be careful.
Feisty just looks around a little bit confused and Stands in front of Mongo.
You have a displacer B shadow or shield now.
Is he technically invisible if she goes invisible?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. And the BBEG gets to go again. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh. Does it look like part of Cheddar's tongue is blue?
Because it's cheddar.
Fair enough.
Cheddar cheese.
Cheddar's busy.
Oh, this is gonna be fucking disgusting.
God, what am I get covered in this time?
Well, probably feisty. I'm sorry.
Funny.
But
I love
she's right in
feisty.
front of you.
Yeah, that is a thing. So, as you're lighting your axe on, he looks in your direction. He's like, and he just brings his hand up, and he just motions like this, and instantly you just feel a bunch of your life force jerk you forward as he drains 31 points of your life.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I'm down.
Damn. Oh, shit.
And you see Scabbard stumble forward and just hit the ground.
Yep, I'm down.
Oh, that is not good.
If I didn't get hit by Nikolai, I would be up. It's okay though.
Not like I intended to do it.
No, I know. It's all good, honestly. It's what adds to the fun of this.
And we're back to the top with Nikolai. You hear Scabbard hit the ground behind you, the axe clattering.
Look over.
He's
Not moving.
down.
Fuck. How far away is he?
You could probably get to him.
Oh, yeah. I'll get to him and I shove a potion in
Okay.
his face.
You shove the potion in his face.
Yes.
Which one do you use?
My greater healing.
Roll it up for him. Think shit just got real.
Well, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Did shit just get so real?
4d4, right?
And Big Bad
44
reached out at the
plus
game.
4.
You're a pitiful human.
Accurate.
You hate pop culture.
That is just a lie.
Mungo, in a scab, you're gonna be back up. That hurt.
14, 18.
18?
Yeah.
So you roll him over on his back. He's completely lifeless, not even breathing, and you just open, pour.
Yeah.
You're
And then close his mouth. Or, yeah.
you shut his trap. It kind of shuts like a crocodile's
Yeah.
mouth.
Try to hold his mouth closed and his nostrils closed so he has to breathe. Just to actively
Scav,
pull it in.
you wake it up. You awaken on your back, unable to breathe, with the little mouse holding your face shut.
If I see his eyes blinking, I'll let him go.
Oh, like, nudge him off a bit. Oh, that hurt.
Everything aches because your life force was literally yanked from your body.
Okay.
You both
Apex
are
a
up.
punch. Okay.
You and
Uh,
Mongo, you're on the board.
Well, I'm on the ground.
Yeah, you're on your back.
Drawing my bow since my axe is on the floor.
Fire upside down.
This time I'm gonna hold my shot with the fire iron arrow.
Okay.
I
Mongo?
go ahead and take the
How
arrow
bad
and
is
dip
he
it into the
looking?
X.
How bad's he looking?
He's looking rough, but now he's just healed for almost 60
Okay,
points
so
of
not
health.
that bad. How far away is he?
60 from you?
Okie dokie. That definitely will fucking work.
Oh, I gotta roll. No. my hunter's mark would just be gone since I passed
Yeah.
out. So
Yep.
Oh fuck! That's why that trick won't work because it's too heavy.
Let's see. Just. Cayenne's gonna lose her shit and just fucking rampage on this guy. Yeah, that's not happening.
How heavy did you say that pot was again?
About 30 pounds.
They're about 30 pounds.
Fuck, not even close. All right, there goes that.
Yeah.
All right, magic missile on this motherfucker.
Okay. Remember, you got wands and shit.
And there's nails all over the place now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take catapult?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna try to do, but each spell level is only 5 pounds worth,
Uh-huh.
so I'd have to upcast the fuck out.
What do you
of it,
think
which I
it'll
what
do,
if you
couldn't
just
Cayenne?
catapult a
Jeez.
handful
I just
of
want to
That's
charge
why I
him
was
and use my
thinking
hooves and just get it over
Handful of
with.
nails weighs more than 5 pounds.
Okay.
I just want to fight.
Come on, use your head.
All right, have some fun with this motherfucker.
Okay.
Turn this bitch into a pincushion. Do I see around me within like a spot that I can run to real quick? Pretty concentrated pile of nails.
Not concentrated, you have to gather them up.
Can I do that and still cast an attack spell?
No, one or the other.
Damn.
That's quite a complicated thing to do.
Yeah.
You could probably use your full motion then, I think, probably to be able to move around a lot, gather a lot. Do you have an extra 10
Hurry
feet
up,
of space?
we're
yeah.
on time.
Okay, I'll gather as much as the nails as I
Needs you to move
can.
around E
Okay.
to gather nails.
You gather 15 nails.
15? Okay.
Okay. So blue and red are going to move up. And they are going to attack. And that does actually hit, which is nice.
What is your move?
Hmm?
What is your move?
25.
So,
standard.
you see the birds they had taken their movement and they finally get within range of this guy. And Boo goes in and fakes him out, and Red just leaps off and just catches him across the face. One of those claws hooking across like the eye socket, just yanking straight down.
Damn.
Cayenne, you're up.
Charging at this dude with the glaive.
Okay. Oh, she's going full 9. All right, roll that.
So she's just running around by herself.
Natural
Is that
20?
Fuck.
Oh. Okay.
Nice.
I gotta look something up now.
For
Yeah, it did something
15.
amazing. Oh yeah, that's with the fire, the shards or whatever. Yeah, I think it was like meteors, wasn't it?
That isn't gonna hit red
No.
and blue, is it?
That was Augie's hammer.
It was Augie's
Hers has a
hammer.
nature
That's
thingy
right.
on it.
Yeah, yeah. Augie's hammer did the meteors.
She just might have convinced him to leave.
All right. So what's your actual damage?
15.
Remember, the first it's maxed for the maximum
Oh,
damage,
okay.
and then you add the roll on top of it, and then your modifier.
Uh,
It's a little complicated.
The modifier was +4.
Okay. And the maximum damage on it is what die is it?
It was. I gotta get my sheet pulled back up at backspace. It's a D4. No,
Oh.
D10. D10.
It's like what?
So 10 plus 4 plus what you
Whatever you roll for damage.
whatever you rolled.
So that
I can look real quick.
10 plus 4 plus what I rolled. So I rolled 15 plus 10 is 25 plus 4 is
Jesus,
29.
You rolled your maximum, yeah. So you see her go up, and the birds just scatter because Mama's coming through. And she brings this thing around and stabs him right through the midsection. And you just feel it just stop. And then then he just looks at you, and all the nails start jingling across the floor. And you feel a vibration along your actual weapon. And then you start to see cracks forming along the actual ceiling. And he can't very much move because of this. Fuck me. Talk about you guys bring your actual fucking A game to a fight.
Are you dice jailing?
Huh?
Are you dice jailing?
No, I'm dice fetching. Because I need a few more dice here. And I don't have the specific dice on my table right now to roll. So, as this happens, you kind of start to look up curiously, Cayenne, as do all of you. And you see a single beam of light come down towards him.
Oh no.
And then you see cracks forming, and just this massive beam of light just comes down. And you can see the full shape of the moon as a moonbeam comes down.
Nice.
What the fuck is that glaive?
Good fucking God.
Well, he's getting a sunburn.
From the
So-
moon.
So, how much damage did you do overall?
Did 29.
29 plus 36 points of damage.
Wow.
Whatever
50,
healing he did earlier,
55.
you just undid that.
And this
No,
beam
65.
just hits down and just blows apart the ground where he's at, and you just can. It's pure concentrated moonlight. And you just see it just eat away at him, and he's looking really rough from that.
So does that mean Cayenne is fighting evil with the power of moonlight?
Essentially, yes!
I've
Because
gone
that's-
from Disney princess to Sailor Moon.
He literally became one of the witches from Charmed.
She is very charming.
Well, seeing that, probably it's like, hey, all right, I think we got this.
Like, you guys just see this happen, and Feisty just like, no.
I look at Feisty and saying, "Cat, yeah, never piss off Cayenne."
And your blade is just smoking from the energy.
Is he like helplessly moving at this point?
Oh, he's hurt bad. Like, you guys brought a fucking nuke to a gunfight. He just walked in with the pin on it, like, You think you're crazy? We're crazier. We have a nuke strapped to us.
Literally.
Literally. This asshole over here.
Let's see. And he's going to attempt. Oh, okay, let's see here.
I can't do what I was just gonna try because everybody's right there.
Yep, everybody's right on top of him again.
Except Nikolai.
Hey,
He
Mongo.
is being lifted up into the air like a big beacon.
Please make a charisma saving throw for me.
Oh shit. Oh. Fuck.
That was a 1, wasn't it?
So, you see this asshole, he raises his hand up. It's cracked and breaking apart. And he moves it in the direction of Mongo. And Mongo's gone instantly as he's banished to another plane of existence.
Bring me back my brother.
Mongo, you panic instantly as you're just like, and you look around, and you're somewhere where you weren't before.
You just banished me to a plane of yuck, didn't you?
No,
The plane of yuck.
you're
That'd
just
be
in
terrible.
you're just in a tyrant's butthole. Don't worry. I'm just kidding.
Like I said,
Plane of yuck.
And you get up a little bit, and it's immediately hot on your paws as you start moving a little bit, and you realize you're on the elemental plane of fire,
oh fuck off.
also known as Arizona.
Pretty much.
And we're back to the top with Nikolai.
Okay, an expeditious retreat on me. How far away is he?
He's about 30 at this point.
30? Okay, cool. I will go all the way up to him. I can move between people without invoking attacks of opportunity, so I'm going to be there, and I'm going to start crawling up his leg, lighting him on fire.
Go ahead. If I didn't get hit by Nikolai, is practically a meme at this point.
Son of a bitch. Why? It's not a 1, but it's not anything. I guess I just can't grab purchase because that's a 3. So attack is what? 7 or
You
something.
gently caress his nutsack.
Not that bad.
Go up. Oh, you have such manly toes.
Yeah. So
I
9.
You've successfully creeped him out.
You walk up and you try and climb up, and you're like, how the fuck do I climb a shadow?
Okay.
You guys are up.
I try to put something on my feet so that way they're not burning, and then try to figure how the fuck to get back.
It's hot.
The fuck do I roll?
You got items.
Um, I have no
Scav.
teleportation spells.
Hunter's mark. Firing that arrow.
Okay. Oh god, I have to roll a concentration on this because you're firing a fucking twin arrow at him. Why can't I have nice things?
That is a natural 20.
Why can't I have nice things?
Great. A twin exploding arrow.
No,
and I'm
this
right
is a,
with him.
This is a regular iron fire arrow.
Okay, fine.
Okay, second. This involves a lot of math.
I don't have anything to teleport with. So I guess I'm gonna try a card out of the wooden box.
Oh god, it's twinned.
Only the first one is a crit.
Okay.
Don't get your hopes up there, buddy. The only first one is crit.
6, 7,
I have more math to do.
13.
Okay.
And the second arrow.
Dude, I had like an entire finishing move all fucking planned out for this douche.
Well, seeing that he's basically being held up like a big ass beacon on Cayenne's
He's not being held up,
glaive.
but he is pinned.
Oh. That is 50 points of damage.
He is barely holding it together.
This is starting to piss me off.
What?
That I can't roll like worth shit.
Yeah, but you are some of the craziest brains of the entire group.
It doesn't matter if nothing works.
Oh, boo-hoo. Look who can actually tinker and make things and disarm a treasure chest.
Yeah, true.
Oh my god, I can't do this because boo fucking who?
Granted, I haven't rolled any ones today. Oh, I rolled 1.
And I have to do a bunch of things over here because stuff. I have to do lots of math for fucking insane boss that you guys are just basically using as a punching bag.
Pissed us off.
No shit? You don't think I noticed that?
You get what you fucking deserve.
Like, fuck. Alright. So, you hit him with this and it just stumbles him backwards off your glaive. And you suddenly appear right back where you left off as you drew a card.
Oh fuck.
And you look at the card. And you look at the card. And you kind of look at it sideways a little bit as it reveals itself. And now I had to make a con saving throw. Because you just cast Finger of Death.
Yes! What the fuck?
Lethal finger gun?
Wait. Oh, he's not undead.
So,
What does this spell even do?
you
A
send-
save or die.
It's basically a save or die. And if something's undead, you basically turn that thing into your bitch, pretty much. Only if it has like a certain level of like intelligence, though.
You have to look this up. I've already rolled everything for it. What was it that you had planned for this there, Cayenne?
Oh, Cayenne just wants his heart.
Make a strength check.
I just want to light him on fire.
Okay. You?
Take one last arrow and aim for the head.
It'd
Oh
be
my
13.
God.
13.
Fucking damage on this thing.
So,
A saber die.
add that to your notes. That is a card that's been pulled. And so you see this weird black beam go right past you from Mongo, and it hits him. And the shadow person, you just see him stumble backwards out of the shadow, and you see the familiar visage have survived, much more twisted, demented, and affected by the Fae. Life draining from his eyes. You reach out, Cayenne, and you hear the sickening thunk as her hand goes into the stomach wound where she impaled him. And she yanks all the way up and grabs his heart and just rips it clean out. And as he reaches forward trying to grab at it, he gets hit right in the side of the head with your arrow. And his foot's on fire now too,
Yeah, awesome.
as he collapses to the ground before you.
Damn.
It's done.
Maybe. We don't know yet.
I continue to proceed to making the body burn. Produce flame. Produce flame. Just burn the fuck out of this thing.
You have the beating heart of a twisted Fae in your hand now.
Is that shadow still there?
Which one?
The one he fell out of?
It crumbled to dust,
Okay.
as shadows can. D&D, everybody.
Cayenne will be staring at this heart with just absolute, just pure hatred and disgust.
Yeah, it's no longer beating. It's just this dripping black, this stringy black ichor, almost like ink.
You. And I just go. All over the body.
Are you just sitting there like,
I'm so
Fire
gonna be
starts to go,
careful
put it
when I
back
pull
on.
shit from this box. Oh my god.
Red and Bill are looking at you like, Feisty's like, hmm?
I'm looking around.
Where'd you go?
And slowly pieces of this place just collapse and fall apart.
We need to get out of here.
There's no door.
Oh.
You're just gonna contemplate what to do with the heart?
I'd be away from everyone and just contemplate before taking a huge bite out of it.
Oh god!
Well, that's how you finish the night.
Oh.
I need you to make a will save. I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it? The craziness just keeps going tonight.
That is a 25.
Alright. Damn. Cayenne's over here like, she's a swoltar.
So is eating bearing body parts of the people you kill basically like your spinach for Popeye?
Essentially.
Essentially performing a type of cannibalism.
Yeah. And eventually you just see, standing all around you in this area, as the top of the tower collapses and this place just goes on endlessly and cracks are forming. You see vestiges of dozens and dozens of orphans. Their souls now freed. And you see a door open and you see the familiar figure of the old man come through. And he motions to the door and all the children start filing through.
Well, since we didn't have a door, follow.
As you approach the door, he motions to you. It's not for you. You'll
Oh,
find
shit.
your way.
Okay. Want to blow a hole in the side of this thing?
As you look around, Scab, you're just seeing like you're on like a plane that's completely flat, and there is no side.
So there's no walls anymore. What the fuck?
Going over to my backpack, picking it up.
Do you disarm the fucking thing?
I'm gonna disarm the kaboom since we don't need it anymore.
Roll your fucking tinkering.
I'm gonna try to find something.
It's like you basically just face fucked a squid.
21.
Oh my guys, the context of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
21? Okay. Yeah, you safely disarm it. But as the last of the lost children file through the doorway, he steps back through, doorway disappears,
And we're just in this
And-
dark plane.
and as you're standing there, no, it's actually all light.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's bright as fuck now. It's the opposite of what it was.
Okay.
You guys look around to each other, and as you look around to each other, you're standing back in your campsite, the destruction around you of the forest, the road leading in, the road leading out, now back. That's where we're going to leave off for the night.